Yay, it worked. Okay. Do I have to, like, actually do this, push it somewhere, or does this do this automatically? They've added so many steps to things.
Yep, we are live.
Okay. Oh, hello. All right, let's do this. I guess I should put out some kind of announcement, huh?
Probably.
I just copied Enoch's. All right. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, 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 cool. Just gonna wait for some more people. And we got some minor milestone watches and stuff to do before. Let's go ahead and pull those up, actually. See if they actually work. Yay, they work. Okay. Jess, you're more than welcome to just start talking. I'm not. We're just
Oh, okay.
we're kind of killing dead air here, just to wait to see if
All
there's.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to apologize in advance if anyone can hear my dogs. I'm not on my usual headset tonight, and it does not have a mute switch, so I'm just going to be kind of doing that manually.
I really hope my dog doesn't start barking halfway through this, but I feel like he's gonna just to pay.
We're going to get like voted for
Faint.
like worst stream of the season.
Okay,
It's
it's
fine.
faint. I can turn that up.
I need to be louder. Okay.
No,
Hmm.
it's not on you. It's on me. I have all the mics turned up and down
Oh, okay.
so that they don't overblow. So yeah, cool. So I just had to
Oh,
fix it.
okay. Nice. Thanks, Reno.
So happy my work is calling me right now. Ignore. Okay.
I'll just pretend to stream games.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We have a couple cool milestones and things going on. The first one is the home run watch. We have a few people who are real close to 150 home runs. Klaus Bergen-Cannon of OBX, Rusty Kuntz from the Voyagers, he's at 146. Hardin Long, 143 for the Crabs. And then Paolo Di Stefano Jr., who's already at 139 home runs, which I think is insane. Unless he's a lot older than I think he is, and he probably is because my brain. I don't know how close Taylor is to 100. Probably zero. Okay. The next thing we got going on is Jason Buswell just passed 151 home runs or 150 home runs. So I wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out. His picture should come up on screen soon, but maybe not. Oh, there it is. Okay.
I see him. He's there. It's a nice jersey swap.
Yeah, it's so good. And then we have some. Oh, those are real off screen. And then we have some people coming on some career milestones. 2,000 strikeouts. Is it Balquin? I think it's Balquin. Is real close. And then we have Bisquick and Ripspod approaching the 1,500 mark. And then McDougal, Carsey, Dangley, Fukaji, I don't know how to say that, Tokoyami, and Champ McQuack all approaching 1,000.
I'm just gonna sit here all night and laugh at the way you pronounce these
Oh
names.
yeah, no, you definitely should do that. I am horrible at pronouncing names, and I'm gonna get pretty much every single one wrong.
I'm counting on it.
Eventually I just stop pronouncing them, and I just say that guy. Okay, and then we have a couple cool career wins milestones. Ryan Rose is one game from 150, which he starts the second day of our stream, but we're not doing that like game live, so maybe he'll pass it, maybe he won't. Sloss win, I guess. And then Austin Bentley is 6 wins from 100, so that's kind of cool. Then we have Roberto Kahn on a milestone watch for 500 RBIs. Super close. So in the Maui game, which I believe is second, he could potentially get there. We'll see.
That is correct.
I mean, I guess he could potentially get there in the first game if he goes off completely.
I believe in him.
Good. And then Paulo Di Stefano is at 501 RBIs. We have Revan Knox, who just got 750 career runs. And then I think that's it for our milestone watch.
Wow, wait.
Yeah, so we ran through that real quick. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm SD. This is Jess. I probably should have started that. You can call everyone calls me Corey. That's fine too. I haven't streamed in a while, so we'll see how well we pace this. Yeah. Our first.
You're
What's up?
I was just gonna say this stream is a little bit pixelated again for me, but I'm a
Oh
pro at that
no.
now, so let's
On
just do it.
on mine.
Yeah,
Well, that's just gonna have to be how it is, I think.
be how it is.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with the DVS in Sarasota game, which
Yeah, I have some
is
stats for this.
sweet. Let's get to those stats.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna look through the game settings and you just rattle off some stats.
Okay, I got a lot of them. All right, so even though they are second place in their division, Death Valley is virtually out of the playoff hunt. They're 26 games back of New Orleans and 14 games out of a wild card. If they're going to turn it around, time's running out. Sarasota, on the other hand, is in the most competitive division in the league. They are currently locked in a three-way tie for the division lead with Detroit and Indianapolis. All four teams in the Champions East have more than 40 wins and over .550 winning percentage. So some game notes here. Elliot Alderson hit 338, 412, 595 with 4 homers, 12 RBI, and 12 runs in the month of July. He's cooled off a little bit in August, hitting 222, 300, 389 over 5 games. He has 8 hits in 31 at-bats, so his average is 258. Against a starter here, he's facing Lagoose, including a homer. Starting pitcher for DVS, Stephanie Morgan. Before her last start, she had been outstanding in her previous 5. In July, she was 2-1 with a 1.71 ERA and a 1.07 WHIP. Her last start, though, was a loss in which she allowed 4 runs on 7 hits across 5 innings. She has faced Sarasota 3 times so far this season and carries a 1.96 ERA and a 1.25 WHIP against them this season. For DBS, relief pitcher Icebox Johnson, after a rough July in which his ERA climbed from 4.57 to 6.59, he has bounced back in 3 early August outings. In 4 innings across 3 outings, he's allowed just 1 hit and 1 walk while striking out 5. Shifty Lagoose, starting pitcher for Sarasota, appeared out of the pen for the first time since his rookie season in the 12-11 win over Providence on August 6th. He picked up the win while striking out the only hitter that he faced. So, wow. He's faced Death Valley twice this season, 0-1 with a 3.00 ERA and a 1.33 WHIP. All right, almost at the end here.
Okay.
Sarasota's first baseman, Io Torrent, is hitting .480 with 2 homers, 7 RBI, and 5 runs in his last 6 games. He is 1 for 16 in his career, however, against Stephanie Morgan. And Sarasota center fielder Jay Doctor, former Boise Raptors legend, has had a great start to the month of August. Through 5 games, he's hitting .350, .462, .750, and has hit 2 homers and driven in 6 while scoring 5 runs. However, he is hitless against Stephanie Morgan in his career in 13 at-bats. And that is the stats.
All right. Let's play some baseball.
Bauer is talking some trash over here in the chat. I don't know if you want to talk trash back.
Always talks trash to me. It is fine. And I'm going to do something because I do it at the beginning of one of my streams. Did everyone know that Beaver is great? Okay. And
I hope everyone knew that.
I'm going to take DVS. You want to do Sarasota at bats?
You got it.
So I'll do DVS at bats. You'll do Sarasota at bats.
Sounds great.
All right. Here we go. Hopefully. Oh, game volume is very loud.
Game volume. Excited fans.
I'm going to turn... I don't think I can turn game volume down, so I have to probably turn it off.
We'll just be loud. It's fine.
Okay.
I can talk very loud.
All right. Strikeout and stolen base. Did he get it? He did.
He did.
And he steals another base. And that one drops in, scores a run. DVS is going to be up 1-0. Started early. Oh, I want to actually pause this for a second.
Hummus is telling you how to fix this.
Yep. Shh. Game options.
They're saying the volume's fine, though.
It's super loud in my headphones, though.
Is it loud for you?
Yeah, it's going to be super annoying.
much like you yourself.
Exactly. Oh, now it's like
I don't
amazingly
hear it at all
quiet.
now.
Okay. We'll just do this and we'll go back to game options and okay. Oh, now I can't hear it at all. Lovely.
Oh well.
All
Now we're
right.
pixelated again.
Well, that's
There
good.
it goes. It's sorted out. All right. What's
Oh,
going
he
on
threw
here?
him out at first. And a
Oh,
little dribbler back to the pitcher ends the top of the inning.
alrighty. So we have got Carlos Crashwagon coming up here to lead off for Sarasota in the bottom of the first. And he will strike out swinging. So that'll bring up Ace Carter here. Ace Carter hits one out directly to the shortstop. That's over to first for an easy out. And we'll have Jay Doctor, who will hit one also directly to the shortstop, and that will retire the side there.
Wow.
So
Shortstop's
quick
getting.
first inning there for Sarasota.
We got Jacob up, and he's going to put one to the second baseman, who throws him out at first. Edwards is up, and he cracks a pop fly to the center fielder. Hodge is at bat, and he strikes out. Ends the inning, or ends the top of the inning.
All right, so we've got Bogescu now up for Sarasota. Drills one out to center field. That one is deep, and it is caught almost to the warning track. Io Torrent comes up now for Sarasota. We'll hit that one down to the third baseman, who will hang on to it. So that will be a single for Torrent. Red Arrow now hits one out to deep center. Center fielder will make quick work of that one, though, so Torrent will stay put at first. 2 outs now for Sarasota. Holden a Fart will go down looking, leaving that runner stranded at first. So that will finish the second, and we'll go to the top of the third.
We
DVS
have
still
we
leading
have
1
all
nothing.
the A's up, and he's going to hit that one to the left fielder. Makes easy work of it. Benz is up to bat now. He's going to crack that one, but I don't think it's going to get out. Nope, it'll be caught by the right fielder. With McGibbon come up for a second time at bat, and he strikes out to end the side.
All right, down here near the bottom of the order for Sarasota, we've got Troy Dominic, who hits one out, but I believe that's the right fielder, went over and grabbed that one. So Junie Panda will strike out there. So it's 2 up, 2 down there for Sarasota. They're going to play a little catch. Back to the top here with Carlos Crashwagon, who hits it back past the catcher, but the shortstop comes up and fields that one cleanly.
Orm's up, and he's going to hit that one to the third baseman, who throws it out easy to the first. We got Farley Hank, who strikes out looking. Doesn't even take the bat off his shoulder. With Alderson up, and he's going to hit an easy ball to the second baseman to record the out, and that's going to bring Sarasota back up in a 1-0 game.
Ace Carter here now, who watches that one go by for strike 3. And that'll bring us back to Jay Doctor. Jay Doctor will work a walk. So Doctor to first, Bogescu up now. 1 out here for Sarasota. Jay Doctor's trying to steal first. So, no, that's Bogescu trying. Nope,
What
that was
is
Jay Doctor.
the-
Yep. I don't know what's happening with
What
the
is the
music. That'll be
music?
Torrent hitting one down the right field line, and that will score a run to tie things up.
Do they have stolen base music?
Red Arrow now hits one out to right field. That will be caught by the right fielder, though. So that is all the damage that Sarasota will do here in the bottom of the fourth. Game is tied 1-1.
We have Jacob coming up for DVS. He is going to strike out looking, which looked like it was outside, but apparently called a strike. Edwards is also going to strike out. How many strikeouts is that for Shifty? I think that's 5 or 6 on the day already.
Let me take a look.
And then we have Hodge, who hits an easy ball to the shortstop, and he throws it over to the first baseman covering.
It is
And Shifty
6
Lagos
strikeouts for Lagos.
It's pretty good so far through
Yeah.
4 innings.
A fart
5
now.
innings.
Will work a walk there. That one's inside. Troy Dominic here. Oh, plonked him. So that will advance a fart to second. Dominic takes his base that he sacrificed his body for. Junie Panda will hit one right to the second baseman. They will not try to turn 2. So runners on the corners here for Crashwagon. Oh, Junie Panda has stolen second, I believe. Yep. Crashwagon drills one out down the left field line there. That will score 1. That will score 2. And he is safe with a double. So 2-run double there for Crashwagon. Ace Carter up now, 2 outs. He'll hit one down the line to the first baseman, who will take that to the bag himself, and that will finish out the inning.
All right, so we have all the A's up. because that's how I'm pronouncing his name. And he's going to go ahead and strike out. Oh, and we have a different pitcher coming in. So Dirk Diglett actually comes in for relief and strikes out A. As we have Benz coming
Ah.
up, and he hits it to the second baseman, who just makes the play in time. With McGibbon up, McGibbon swings, and that's going to be an easy play out there for the right fielder. And we're going to go with DVS only having the one run back to the Sarasota hit.
All right. J Doctor up again now. And chills that one out to right field, and it will be caught there by the right fielder. Bogescu now. Hits one down into left field. That's fair. That should be a double for him. And it is. He's safe at second. Torrent now. Strikes out swinging. So that'll bring up Red Arrow, 2 outs here for Sarasota, and he will hit that one to the shortstop. Oh, and the first baseman drops it. I don't know if that a fumble bumble there. We got runners on the corners here for a fart as Arrow tries to steal second.
Yes, it was considered an error.
That. All right. And that'll be fielded there by the shortstop. So no damage done there, despite the fumble bumble over there at first.
We have Andrew Oram up. He's going to hit that one to the third baseman, who makes a nice play to get it first to get the first out. With Farley Hank up, and he is going to hit that straight to the first baseman with the pitcher covering to get the out. And then Alderson's going to just hit that, and the first baseman is going to take it himself for the third out.
All right. Got the music. Here we go. Oh, music over.
Music
Bye,
over.
music. Troy Dominic hits one out to right field. And that one is gone.
I don't
Troy
have
Dominic with a solo home run to put Sarasota up here 4-1.
Man.
No
sound
outs
effects.
here for Junie Panda. Junie Panda hits one deep to right field. And that one will be caught, though. Does not have quite the power that last one did. Crash Wagon up now here, back to the top for Sarasota, and he will work a walk. Ace Carter will also work a walk. Got runners here on first and second for J Doctor with 1 out. J Doctor hits us out into left field there. Looks like they are sending the runner, and I believe he's safe there. So 5-1 now, Sarasota. Bogescu up now. Oh boy, bases loaded here. To bring up Torrent, hot hitter Io Torrent, who hits one to the second baseman. So they'll turn 2 there and get out of trouble.
Right. Tristan's up in relief, and he strikes out the first batter. He sees Jacob. Edwards is coming up, seeing if they can do DVS, trying to do something in this inning, but he's going to strike out as well. It's just a lot of strikeouts for DVS today. And then we have Hodge come up, and he's going to hit that one to the center fielder, who makes the catch and records the final out at the top of the inning.
All right, bottom of the 8th now. We got Red Arrow coming up for Sarasota. Sarasota leading 5-1 still. Red Arrow hits that one right to the second baseman. So there's 1 down. Holding a fart. Oh, gets plunked. He will take his base there. Troy Dominic now. Oh, Red Arrow's stealing.
Oh,
Nope, that's holding a fart. Oh, no, they missed the throw there, so he went to third. Wow. All right, Troy Dominic here hits a little one to the pitcher, so he'll be out at first, and that's 2. Still got the runner on third here for Junie Panda. Junie Panda hits one out, and my screen just wildly pixelated.
Yep.
I think that'll score a run. I believe he's safe at
definitely
first.
scored a run. Yep.
Did not see where the ball went. All
That
right,
went up the
Crash
middle.
Wagon hits one deep to center. And that one is caught by the center fielder to retire the side, so no further damage there. But Sarasota's up 6-1 now.
All right.
We've got a tall task for DVS here in the 9th.
Yeah, this is DVS's last chance with up to bat. And he's going to strike out because that just seems to be the way things are going for DVS today. Then we got Benz up to bat, and he's also going to strike out. Can Bill the Hill strike out the side here? He is able to, and the game is over. Striking out the side in the top of the 9th inning. We have Sarasota beating DVS 6-1. Yeah, that was a game. All right.
There was.
So, honestly, not that much happening. Got Torrent for 2 for 4. That's really the best batter, probably. Crash Wagon with the 2 RBIs came up big. Shifty Lagoose gets the win. The loss goes to Morgan, and no save opportunity. So Shifty Lagoose does get player of the game for his one hit, one earned run thing. All right.
Look at him go.
Okay. Next game. Voyagers beat the Vandals. Do you want to talk about this? If you can see
Yes,
it.
if you give me half a second for it to looks like the Voyagers are going to take down Vancouver 4-3. Let's take a look at this hitting. Oh, my pixelation is still not straightening out
That's
here.
fine.
Yeah, you go for it.
Kirk Swerve, 3 for 4 for the Voyagers. Looks to be the best hitter on the game. 2 for 4 for Renard as well, or Menard. Uh, I can't say that. Tokoyami gets
Well,
the
now it's
win.
working.
Cletic, Florida Man gets the save, and Tokoyami is the player of the game. All right. Oh, it's your game.
Yeah, I don't want to look at it. All right, give me a second here. It looks
Yep.
like the Aviators are going to take down the Raptors. I can't see the score. I think it's 3-1.
It is 3 to
There we
1.
go. There it is. All right. On the Boise side of things, we've got Toot Blonde going 2 for 4 with the only run for the Raptors here. On the OBX side, looks like Bergen Cannon went 2 for 4 with one run. Drakenberg 2 for 2, 2 RBI. And Dan Halen 1 for 4 with another RBI there.
I just want to point out that Parker Beauchamp went 0 for 4.
I am aware that Parker Beecham cannot hit. Looks like Daly will take the loss for Boise. Beaumont will get the win for Outer Banks. Pozo with the save, and your player of the game will be Bob Beaumont, who went 6.2 innings pitched with 8 strikeouts and 1 earned run.
All right. And the next game, we got the Maui Makos over the Providence Crabs 6-3. Big game from Hunt Catsup 2 for 4 with 2 runs. And we got Kalen Ray, who gets 1 for 2 but does get 2 RBIs, which looks like it was almost the difference. With Providence, 2 for 5 for Law, 2 for 4 for, I'm not going to even pronounce that. I think it's something about Derek Jeter.
A cardboard cutout of Derek
Is it a
Jeter.
cardboard cutout of Derek Jeter?
Mm-hmm.
Clever. And then we got Michael Knight. No, Omega came in to get the win. We got Stormblessed for the save. Voss takes the loss with 6 earned, and Hunt's Catsup does get player of the game. So cool. And on to the next game.
All right. Sloths are just going to beat out the Surge here, 3-2. On these, oh my goodness. Can you scroll down just a little bit, see if that straightens it out? Oh no, that made it worse.
I'll call
Oh,
it.
there we go.
You got
Okay.
it? Okay.
I got. Oh, it did it, and then you got it. Okay.
Okay.
Looks like San Antonio had a lot of at bats. Went 2 for 7 with an RBI. Chrissy Abbott here, 2 for 5. Let's see where those other runs come from. Looks like Jimenez 1 for 7, but 2 RBI on that. On the Buffalo side of things, Svanberg looks like he had a day, 3 for 5 with an RBI. And the other run there for Buffalo comes from Finn Reese, who is 1 for 5. Down in the pitching, looks like King George III will get the win for San Antonio there in relief. And Bones will take the loss for Buffalo, also in relief. And your player of the game will be Billy Greer.
All right. In the next game, we have the Indianapolis Apex over the Seattle Sea Serpents. That's an alliteration. For Seattle, 2 for 4 from Fullman.
I thought that was the score. I was like, what happened here?
2 for 4 for Zach Mouse with 3 RBIs. I assume, unless there's a pitcher, that's going to be player of the game. Sullivan takes the loss. Dogwood Maple wins with surrendering no hits and no runs and 3 hits. And that is good enough for player of the game for Dogwood Maple. Oh, let's see. Let's see how bad my player did.
You want to call your...
Sure. In this game, we have Nashville beating my team, the Cancun Toros. Sad. 8-2. And yeah, that was pretty easy for them. We got a 3 for 5 from Fry, 2 for 3 from Buswell, 2 RBIs, 2 for 2 from Zach Johnson. I believe so, yeah. That's a great game. 3 for 3 for Bongo Luongo with 3 RBIs. Cancun side, I just want to point out my player went 0 for 4, and I'm batting 165. Other than that, I think we're good. Lemon.
You're a baby, right?
Yeah, this is my rookie season, yeah.
Okay.
Lemon gets the loss. Kuramochi, I think, gets the
Okay, yeah.
win, with Law getting the save. Zach Johnson with his 2 for 2, 2 RBI, 3-run game gets player of the game. And that's the game we watched. And New Orleans.
All right. So, looks like the Rougarou will take down the Demons 2-1. On the New Orleans side of things, we've got runs coming from DiStefano Jr., who's 1 for 4 with an RBI, and looks like Hamed will have the RBI. I'm guessing that was a sac fly or some such thing, since he has no hits. On the Detroit side of things, oh no,
Did I
you've
screw it up?
moved it.
Uh,
Yeah, it's all right. It'll fix itself in a second. Let's look at pitching. I can see that. Pleasance will get the win for New Orleans here in relief. Over on the Detroit side of things, Spin Rate's going to take the loss for Detroit there. Your player of the game is going to be Hiro Nakamura, who started the game for New Orleans, went 7 innings pitched with 4 strikeouts and only a 1 earned run.
Okay, well, we'll move on. Dimes had a good game, by the way. Three
Yeah,
for
there we
three
go.
with
3 for 3.
Yeah. All right, and now we'll go
Burrow
see.
also.
Now we'll go see the Littles play, or if the Littles play. Oh, the Littles don't play.
Aw,
Sad.
no little games.
Okay, we're gonna
Maybe
go.
tomorrow.
We're gonna go to tomorrow. Okay, and on today's slate for games, we're doing Maui versus Providence. I don't care which team I take. Do you have a preference?
I did not. I can start with Maui. Since you started the last one.
Hey. I think we have some fun facts for this as well.
We do. Oh, let me read these. Okay, got a few of these. All right, so despite being 19 games back from the division lead in Legends East, Providence is still within striking distance of the wild card. They trail San Antonio by just 1 game. Maui sits 19 games back of Vancouver and 14 games back from the wild card spot. However, they've won 6 of their last 10. Starting pitcher Nico Baldelli from Maui will look to build on a great start his last time out. He held Detroit to 1 run on 6 hits while striking out 8 on his way to his 4th win of the season. In 2 starts against Providence this season, Baldelli owns an ERA of 1.80, sorry, and a whip of 1 across 10 innings. Maui's third baseman Jay Kane is hitting .318, .444, .545 over his last 12 games, including 3 homers, 10 RBIs, and 7 runs. He is 7 for 25 with .280 average, with 2 homers against Providence starting pitcher Rich Evans. Maui's right fielder Roberto Khan is having a rough first season in Maui, hitting .218, .288, .433, but he is 9 for 30 with a homer against Providence starting pitcher Rich Evans in his career. Providence starting pitcher Rich Evans had a rough month of July. In 5 starts, he went 1-2 with an ERA of 8.49. Oof. And opponents hit .374 against him for the month. He is, however, coming off of a decent start against Nashville, where he held the Stars to 1 run on 4 hits over 5 and 2/3 innings pitched in a no decision. Providence right fielder John Camden is slashing .389, .458, .33 over his past 4 games, and is 3 for 9 in his career against starting pitcher Nico Baldelli. And that's the stats.
Okay, let's start this game.
Let's do it. All right. Give me just a second for this to behave itself.
Yep.
It was working fine for the other game. All right, that is going. I cannot see it.
If you can't see, that's fine.
Okay, that one's going to go to the third baseman. That's over to first for the out. I can't see the names.
That's fine.
So, this is Peter Dawson Jr., I believe, who hits one to the third baseman, and that will be over to first for the out. There we go. Everything came into focus.
And we're back.
It just takes it a minute.
All right, we got.
I don't know if it's my computer or the stream, because I did not have this problem with LBG.
Probably my stream. It's probably my Discord. All right, Camden gets on. Long. Camden's going to go ahead and try to steal second, and he's going to make it there safely. Long's up to bat, and he's going to hit it to the second baseman, but that is going to advance the runner to third with only 1 out. And then we got a big hit there from Ruiz that is actually going to go out of the park. And I feel like I want to do Hydra's call, but I won't. All right. With Providence up 2-0, brings Law up, and he's going to go ahead and strike out for the second out. And then we have Kira Cloudera, and that is going to be hit to the pitcher and back to the first baseman for the third out. And Providence is going to take the early lead.
All right. We've got Khan up here from Maui here to start the second. He's going to strike out there, so that's 1 down. Wesley Nakia up now for Limakos, who will strike out as well. So 2 up, 2 down there. Let's bring up Hunt's catch up, who will hit 1 out. Oh, no, that's in for the shortstop, who will catch that one easily. So Easy 3 outs there
All
in the
right, that
top of the
brings up
second.
Kraustis in his sophomore season hitting 290. It's pretty good, but he strikes out there. And then Jaeger Philly fans up, and he's going to hit that one to the third baseman, who's going to toss over to the first to get the second out. And then we have the Derek Jeter name, and he's going to hit that out to the right fielder, and that's going to be your third out.
All right. Ernie Harwell up to lead off the third for Maui. He will hit that one to the shortstop over to first for the easy out. Tawachi Kaisenboom now hits one to the, past the second baseman, so that'll be a single for him. Rie now for Maui past the shortstop there, so that looks like Kaisenboom will make it safely to second. Rie at first. They may turn two there. They do to retire the side, so all that for nothing. Very sad.
Sad. All right, we have Bergamot Lemon up. Who's going to hit that softly to the shortstop, who makes a play, gets the first out. With John Camden coming back up, and he's going to hit that one, but it's going to be way too shallow, and the left fielder is going to make the play there. Harden Long's up now, and he's going to hit that, what looks like to the center fielder. It is for the third out.
Indeed. Jay Kane leading off the fourth now for Maui, and he's going to strike out. Bring up Peter Dawson Jr. After we play a little catch.
I didn't
Peter
click
Dawson
fast
Jr.
enough.
will hit that one. No, that's fine. He will hit that one right to the shortstop, so that's 2 down. Khan now hits this one out. Oh boy, it's one of these depth perception ones, but that is to the right fielder. And that will,
I forgot I
that
have to
will
become
finish that out.
I have to become a clicky machine at some point.
Oh,
All
boy.
right, got Ruiz up, and he's going to look at one right down the plate and strike out with CJ Law. And that's going to be a great play there in center field. And Cloudera's up. Cloudera's going to go ahead and strike out, and that is going to be, I think, the fourth strikeout for Baldelli.
Nakia hits one up the middle there to the second baseman, who tosses it over to first to make the play there. Hunt's cat's up now. Oh, that one is down the line into left field, and that should be a double for him. And it is. So cat's up on second now to bring up Harwell. Harwell hits that one to the second baseman, who will get the out at first, but we have got runner on third now for Kaisenboom, who will hit that one to the shortstop and send that over to first for the final out. So no damage done.
Kraustis hits that one to the third baseman, and a fairly easy play there. Got Jaeger Philly fan up, and he's going to pop that right over the first baseman's head to get a single. Oh, he goes for 2. Is he in? Yes, he is safe with a double. All right, and now Derek Jeter name thing. He's going to knock that one.
Oh, that
diving
dive.
catch by the center fielder stops the runner advancing. Lemon hits that one to the second baseman, who throws it over to the first, and because of the great play in center field, there's no run scored.
All right. We've got Rie running at the bottom of the order here from Maui. Hits that one up into right center, and that one's gone. So that is a home run for Kylie and Rie, their designated hitter, doing his job. So Maui now on the board. Stein will strike out here. So that's 1 out here in the top of the 6th. To bring up Kane. Kane will strike out swinging. That's 2. Peter Dawson Jr. now for Maui. We'll hit that one out over the shortstop there, and that'll put him safely to first. Khan here for Maui. He will work a walk, so runners on first and second for Nakia. And Nakia hits that one out into right center, and that should be left, right. It's caught. He's out.
It was right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was right.
it was.
And we have Camden up, who is going to hit a dribbler back to the pitcher, and he is not able to beat it out. I thought he was going to be able to beat it out there, but it looks like not. Long's going to hit that slowly to the second baseman, who makes the play. And then we have Ruiz up, who is going to go ahead and strike out for the 5th strikeout for Baldelli for the night.
Something was happening in the DBS game, but just kidding. All right,
Okay.
so let's catch up. Rounds up here.
I'll
So
make sure to
first
keep
out,
my eye on that. Thanks, Hummus.
Harwell hits one out to the left fielder to bring up Kaisenboom here, who will hit that to the second baseman for the third out.
All right. Law comes up, and he's going to drop that one right in center field into the gap, and he's going to get himself a double. All right, leadoff double brings Cloudera up, and Cloudera beat that out. So first and third with no outs for Providence here, with Kraustis up. And Kraustis is going to drop that in center field to score a run. Oh, Cloudera got caught at first, picked off at first.
Ooh.
Wow, sad. All right, man, on first, one out. And that's going to turn into a double no. Actually, they're going to hold the ball at second base. And the Jeter name is going to go ahead and going to have an easy out to second base, and that's going to end the inning, but not before Providence could get a run.
All right. Rie up for Maui now. They're down 3-1 here in the top of the 8th. He will strike out. So back to the top of the order here. Stein up for Maui now with 1 out. Hits 1 out down the right field line into the corner there. So that, I believe, will easily be a double. Maybe he might go for 3. He is going to go for 3. That is a triple there for Stein. Got Kane up now, who will watch that one go by for strike 3. So 2 outs now for Peter Dawson Jr. running on third, and he will strike out swinging. So the triple is wasted, and no damage done here for Maui in the top of the 8th.
All right, we have Bergamot Lemon up here, who is going. Well, he would have been hit if he didn't swing, but he swung, so he got struck out. And then we have John Canviden up, who is going to draw a walk. So we have a man on first with only 1 out. And then we got I think he's thrown out.
Oh,
He is
he
thrown
picked
out
off.
trying
He
to
did.
steal second. Good job by the Maui catcher there. And then Long is going to get on. So that caught stealing might have saved a run there for Maui as Ruiz comes up and strikes out. Jess.
Yes, this is me. Sorry. My sound was being funky.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
no
we've got
problem.
Nakia now over to first for the second out there. Hans Ketchup now hits 1 down the right field line out there, fielded by the right fielder, but they're just not even going to try and get that guy at second.
No.
It's fine.
No, just let him go.
Harwell hits one of the third baseman and over to first for the final out there.
They didn't. That guy he was fine.
Fine.
It was fine.
Why bother?
Yeah.
We got this.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to bring a win for Providence, 3-1 over the Maui Makos. As we just watched, you kind of know what happened, but 2 for 4 for Ruiz with those, or 1 for 4 with those 2 RBIs really kind of did them in early in the game in the first inning. But Ketchup had a good game, 2 for 4. Baldelli did take the loss with Evans getting the win, and Murley ends up getting the save. Okay, next game.
All right. Oh, no.
Oh no! Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
So it looks like No, I just saw the Boise game. It's sad. So Vancouver is going to take this win over New York 7-3 here. On the Vancouver batting side here, we've got some strong games here, especially Zach Lodge goes 3 for 3 with an RBI. Toby McMuffin 3 for 4 with 2 RBI, and Herb Sessions 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. On the New York side of things, looks like Menard had a solid game here, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And then the other run for New York here comes from Kirk Swerve, 1 for 4 with that RBI. Down here in the pitching, looks like Rogers will get the win for Vancouver. And on the New York side, Flowers is going to take the loss there as the starter for New York. And your player of the game is going to be Zach Lodge.
I mean, you go 3 for 3. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
that's
you
kinda hard
gotta.
yeah. All right.
Hard to beat.
And do you want to go ahead and call this as well? Because
I
it is
guess.
technically your team, but a little
Hurts my
sad.
heart. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. So the Aviators take down the Raptors 11-2. Looks like on the Boise side of things, not a whole lot going on. Only run there. Nope, 2 runs, but 1 from Bridget Westfall. I'm trying to figure out where the second run comes from since there's only 1 RBI. But okay. On the Outer Banks side here, we've got Mike Latoris going 1 for 5 with an RBI, 2 RBIs from Dub City, 2 from Geist, 1 from Halen, 2 from Swift, 1 from Riverboat, and 1 from Tex Walker.
Where did that run come from?
And they hit me with a pitch, which I'm very offended by.
Parker Beauchamp did a real good, though.
Shaking my head. On the pitching side of things, like Waller will take the loss for Boise. Funk will get the win for Outer Banks, taking him to 15-0 on the season. Very
Wow,
impressive.
that
That
is
is
that is a season.
crazy. Yeah. Deservedly player of the game there is Ray's Funk, who pitched 6.2 innings with 2 earned runs and 10 strikeouts.
Ray's Funk's having a season.
Sure
2.14
is.
ERA and 15-0. Wow. Awesome.
Oh,
Okay,
we.
we're gonna go on and we're gonna. Ryan Rose just got his 150th win. So congratulations for him.
Yay, Ryan Rose.
The Sloths are gonna go ahead and take down the Surge. I believe 10-1. Huge game from Abbott. 3 for 3, 4 RBIs, 4 runs scored. That's gotta be, yeah. And then 2 for 4 for the DH. I'm not even gonna try. For Buffalo, Ryan Rose does get the win. No runs earned, only 4 hits allowed. While that should be good enough for player of the game, you had an amazing batting performance by Christy Abbott. So that's going to be player of the game. Congrats again to Ryan Rose for 150 victories.
Job, Ryan Rose.
All right,
Gold
and
star.
we have this.
All right, so the Sea Serpents' woes continue with the 6-1 loss to the Apex. On the Seattle side of things, looks like they scored their run from Fullman here, who's 3 for 3 on the day with an RBI there. On the Indianapolis side, hits all over the place. I think they only have one player here who did not get a hit. Sorry, Wonder Franco.
Sad.
Everyone else got a
Sad.
hit. RBIs, 2 from Mouse, Parmalee, 2 from Tsunami, and Swift, and that's it. All right. In the pitching here, we've got Maddox Jr. taking the loss for Seattle, taking them to 2-14 on the season. Rough. Indianapolis, Dion will get the win here. They're 9th of the season. To calm down, will take the save. And your player of the game will be Michael Dion.
Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, someone's telling. Joe's just telling me something in.
I am?
No, Joe's
Oh.
telling me something.
Oh, Jess is. I was like, I'm not, though.
No, not you. Okay, I'll go back to that in a second. All right. And once again, the Nashville Stars take down the Cancun Toros. Super, super sad if you're me. 4-1. On the Cancun side, I actually had a pretty good game. 2 for 4. Although I guess Drozdov.
There you go.
Drozdov definitely one up me 4 for 4. I'm not gonna. And then on the Nashville side, we have Jimmy Smith going 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and that's good for them. Benson takes the loss. Sorry, B. And then we have Miller, who gets the win. Baxter with the save. Only 1 earned run for Miller, who also is having a pretty good season. Wait, how long has Max Miller been called up? Because 1.232 ERA is insane. Jimmy
I was
Smith
going to
is.
say he's got 1 win there.
Yeah. That's an insane ERA. Anyways, Jimmy
Yes.
Smith is good enough. The 2 for 2 for 3 RBI is good enough for a player of the game.
As it should be.
And then we have DVS.
All right, looks like this one went to extras here. With DVS taking down the Supernovas 7-5 here. On the Death Valley hitting side, we have looks like Alderson going 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs, and then and down here we've got 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. On the Sarasota side, Ace Carter 2 for 3 with an RBI, Io Torrent 1 for 5 with an RBI there, and Junie Panda 1 for 5 with 2 RBIs. So down in the pitching, if you would.
Yeah, sorry.
Look, no, it's fine. Looks like Baxter will get the win for Death Valley here and the blown save. Johnson with the save, Ingram with the hold. On the Sarasota side, looks like Bill V. Hill will get the loss for Sarasota there. And it looks like Justin Sims here, starting for Death Valley, will get player of the game. 7 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, and 2 earned runs.
Whenever there's a blown save win, I always create a little narrative in my head. I'm like, yeah, he did that on purpose because he wanted the win. I know that's not true, but it's much more fun to do that. Be like, yeah, he did that on purpose, didn't he?
Just attributing straight malice to the
Yeah,
simulated baseball player.
Exactly, 100%. I put so much like thought into like, yeah, they're just Doing that on purpose
Why
out
are
here.
you out here writing the narrative? Why is that me? It sounds like you got the story going.
Uh, all right. So in the last game for the PB, I almost said the SHL. Wow. We have Northern Rougarous beating the Detroit Demons 2-1. This is a close game. We have really no one doing anything great. I mean, 1 for 3, 1 for 4s. The one RBI is for Cook. And then another one for Brayu. I always say that wrong. And
Ooh.
then on the Detroit side, Stack and Paper, and I guess Dinko gets the sac fly RBI for the 1 run. Pitching, we have Wright taking the win, and we have Brady taking the loss. Spin Rate and Pleasance did come in relief. And player of the game is Tim Glavin, who was the starting pitcher, who only surrendered 1 run, but the relief pitcher let up the last run to lose the game. All right.
Oof.
Yeah, sad. All right, let's go see if the Littlies are playing. They are.
Yay.
All right.
All right. Looks like the Dynamos are going to take down the Lemurs 4-1 here. On the Dallas batting side of things, we have Bruce going 1 for 3 with an RBI. Hits over here also from McGee, Pine, and Shanter. On the Louisville side, just looks like we've got O'Houlihan going 3 for 4. O'Sullivan going 2 for 4. So some solid days from a few guys. Miles Burrow going 2 for 4, but not enough to get the runs on the board. For Dallas, looks like Dog will get the win. Timmy and Yeater with the hold, and Mune with the save. On Louisville side, it looks like Crimps will get the loss there. Take them to 6-7 on the season. And your player of the game will be Dirty Dog, who pitched 5.2 innings. Looks like 3 strikeouts and only 1 earned run.
Okay. Next game, we have the Kingpin suffering a 7-2 loss to Anchorage. I'm just saying what the thing told me. Don't kill me, Bauer. All right. And on the Chicago side, 2 for 4 for Duncan. And then the one of the RBIs attributed to Gray, Chovy with the other. Anchorage has a 2 for 3 night with 1 RBI, but I think Sanders really takes it with 1 hit and 4 RBI. So I'm assuming that was a grand slam or a triple. No, it has to be, right? 1 hit. I guess he could have a sack. Whatever. Moving on. Bell takes the loss with French
4-run
getting
sack.
the win. What's up?
That's a 4-run sack.
No, it was probably a 3 run triple and then a sack fly.
Okay.
Or something. I don't know. I'm making up narratives in my head, remember? All right.
Right.
Now that I've lost my mind.
Looks like Kansas City is going to demolish the Firehawks here 11-3. On the Kansas City side, hits all over the place. Multi-hit games for Cruz, Slokening, Scott. Looks like Rodica Scott the fourth is going to have quite a game here. 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs. If that's not player of the game, I do not know who will be. On the California side, multi-hit games for Bougie, Encarnacion, and Sloth Seiko. Just not enough to get the runs on there.
Is that Sloth's new name?
Yes.
That's amazing. That is so neat. That's amazing.
On the pitching end, you've got Bird Whistle getting the win for Kansas City. It's 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts. On the California side, looks like Josh Smaxson will get the loss for California there. And your player of the game will indeed be Rodica Scott the fourth.
Cool. And we have the Swift Steeds taking down the Brew City Bears. A lot of 2 for 5 games. I believe it's Zay Johnson is 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. It's a really good side for the State College, really good line for the State College side. Couple hits here, nothing too overly impressive. Rated is 1 for 3, and so is Riley. For the pitching, we have Sideaway, something. He gets the win. Perry with the save, and then DeWright gets the loss. And God, how do you say that? Sidaway. I think it's Sidaway gets the player of the game.
We need a pronunciation guide.
I think we have one, to be honest with you. I just don't use it.
Well, that's on you then.
Yeah, no, for sure. 100% on me.
So, looks like the Mounties have a heck of an 8th inning here to take down the Armadillos 6-1. On the Amarillo side, multi-hit games from McGee and Moe. But that one run, it looks like, comes from Okamoto. On the Kingston side, oh my goodness, I just realized my computer has come unplugged and is yelling at me. All right. On the Kingston side of things here, we've got, looks like, Stand Up going 2 for 3. Where did these runs come from? Who had that big 8th inning? It looks like Ferenc went 2 for 4 with those 4 RBIs. So down here to the pitching, Mrazek will take the loss for Amarillo, and Walrus will get the win in relief for Kingston. Your player of the game will be Mizaros Ferenc with those 4 RBIs.
All right, I believe that's everything, correct? Right? Yep. Okay, going to
So,
tomorrow.
what do we got here?
Okay, and today we are going to watch Seattle versus Indy, which
All
is
right.
right
Oh, I
here.
have so many stats.
Okay, while you do that, I'm going to go refill my water. So have fun.
Okay. All
It's
right.
going to be a race to see who can beat who.
Oh, I don't know that I can talk that fast, but we'll try it. All right. So on the Indy side of things, Indy is 5-5 in their last 10 games. Coming into today's sim, there was a 3-way tie in the Champions East between Sarasota, Indy, and Detroit. All 3 games have an identical 45-33 record, with the Stars closely trailing by 2 games with a record of 43-35. Indy had 6 All-Stars this season. No Hands, Bolanos, Tucson Down, Dover, Mouse, and Twift. This season, Doug Dangley is 8-6 with a 4.14 ERA, 2.64. Where are we going with these? Sorry, these stats are a little run together. Looks like last time his ERA was around 4. It was his rookie season when he finished at 4.63. Zach Mouse enters the series red hot, hitting 483 with 3 home runs over his last 7 games. You go, Zach Mouse. And he was player of the week for last week. Trowan Nohans has gone 1-0 with a 1.32 ERA over his last 2 starts. Dogwood Maple enters this series ice cold, going 0-1 with a 10.22 ERA over his last 3 starts. Through 78 games played, the Indianapolis Apex pitching staff has given up a Champions Conference low of 73 home runs. Coming into this season, the Indy Apex hold a 6-1 record versus Seattle, including first 2 game results of this series with this record. Seattle has already been eliminated from playoff contention this season. Very sad. They come into this sim with a 12-game losing streak, and I don't think that got better as we've been watching tonight. Davis Campbell was, however, Rookie of the Month for the month of July. Davis Campbell and Jackson DeMarco were Seattle's only 2 All-Stars. Sea Serpents are 7th or 8th in every single offensive and defensive statistical category. I'm coming.
Oof.
This is just bad news and
This
more
is
bad news.
brutal.
I'm
I feel
hoping
like
that
we
I'll get
should
to something
stop. This is
good.
brutal.
Coming into the series, the Sea Serpents have the worst record in PBE, at least 5 games worse than any other team, also trailing the Rougarou by 37 games. The only player on this roster that can be considered on fire is Bingo Hammersmith, who is 0-0 with a 2.25 ERA over his last 2 games. Harry Stocks here, ice cold, has a .026 batting average with 1 RBI, 1 walk, and 14 strikeouts over his last 10 games.
Ow.
I feel like I'm bullying at
I
this
feel.
point.
I feel like I do
This is
too. I feel like
sad.
this is real mean.
Scoochie Dart over the last 12 games, ice cold with 2 saves and a 10.91 ERA. Danny Sullivan 0-4 with an 8.71 ERA. And all of these pitchers are surely not going to make an appearance, are they? Do I need to drag them all? Uh,
No, I think we're good.
uh,
I think we
okay.
don't have to drag them all through.
Seattle has once in a game coming into the sim pitched with below 4 ERA, which will be interesting to see, as India is actually one of the weaker offenses in the Champions Conference, and Seattle is the weakest pitching staff. So we'll see what happens. I'm sorry, Seattle. I didn't want
Wow,
to say all of
Jess,
those
you are
things about
so
you.
mean. I cannot believe you. That is the
I
meanest thing you've
know.
ever done.
I'm so
They
sorry.
should blame you personally. All right.
I mean,
Do you
okay.
do you want Seattle after you just bullied them, or
Yeah, I'll try and make it nice.
okay? And we're starting.
Okay. Let's do this. All right, Seattle. I've got pixelation here, but I'm hoping it will straighten out here any second. Looks like Davis Campbell leading off for Seattle here, hits one out to the second baseman, who will send that over to first out. Melott, their second baseman, up now, will strike out swinging to bring up Dowd. So 2 outs for Seattle here in the top of the first. And Dowd will strike out. They'll drop that one, but they will get it over to first in time for the out. So 3 up, 3 down there for Seattle to bring up Indy here in the bottom of the first.
All right, we got Bendover up to the plate. He's going to hit that to the first baseman, who makes the easy touch on the base for the first out. And then we have Zach Mouse, who's red hot, but he strikes out there. And then we got Parmley up. And Parmley is going to actually take a walk. So he's going to be on first with 2 outs with Jimbo Slice up to bat. And he's going to check swing, but he's going to... It's either called or they said he went. I'm not really sure, but that is the 3rd out.
RIP. Coleman up now for Seattle. Will strike out swinging to bring up Winters. 1 out here for Seattle. Top of the 2nd. Gonna play a little catch.
Oh, yep. Clicky, clicky.
Always got to stay on top of that.
Ugh.
Winters gonna strike out there. Bunty here now will hit one right to the second baseman and send that one over to first for the 3rd out.
And then we got Johnny Tsunami up. Johnny Tsunami is going to draw a walk, so there's 1 out, 1 on, no out, sorry. And we got Sailor Twift, but Johnny Tsunami is going to go ahead and take second, and it's going to get past the shortstop covering, and he's going to get over to third with no outs. And Sailor Twift is going to go ahead and walk also, so now first and third with no outs, setting up a double play, and there it is, the double play, but that will score a run. We have Wender Franco up. Wender Franco is going to hit that right past the shortstop and third baseman for a hit into left field. And then we have Eagle Eyes, who's going to draw a walk, so his name is apropos, to bring up Bend Over, who gets a hit to bring in the runner from second. Was he in second? I think he was at second for the second run of the game.
I think he was.
And then there's a big pop fly, and that's going to be the 3rd out for Zach Mouse. And Indy's going to take advantage and get 2 runs early.
All right, Kana Sasaki up now for Seattle here. He's going to hit a little dribbler there, but I don't think the pitcher got that one, did he?
No.
No, he did. He did.
Oh, he did.
All right, that's an out. Yeah, didn't look like it. Animations, you know. All right, that one goes over to first for the 2nd out. And Colvin now hits one out into right field where it should be caught cleanly there by the right fielder to retire the side.
All right, we got Parmley up, and he's going to take an inside pitch and hit that right to the second baseman for the 1st out. And Jimbo Slice is going to just hit that one right over the third baseman and record the 2nd out. With Johnny Tsunami up, he's going to hit that one into the gap, and this is at least going to be 2. Will he go for 3? He will not. He will be safe for a 2-out double. Sailor Twift is going to hit that easily to the second baseman, who throws it over to the first to end the inning.
All right, top of the 4th we go here with Seattle. Davis Campbell at the top of the order will strike out swinging. Bring up Melott here. Melott will hit that one over into foul territory where it is caught by the first baseman rather. Dowd now hits one out into right center-ish right field. It is caught, and that is the 3rd out.
All right, then we have Jody Quinn up, who's going to draw a walk. So again, 1 on, no outs for Indianapolis here at the bottom of the inning. And then they're going to hit right into a double play, Wonder Franco. And that's the quick two outs. And then Eagle Eyes, names apropos again, is going to draw a 2nd walk of the game. And then we're going to have Bend Over is going to beat that out on a slow dribbler to the first base. The pitcher couldn't get over, and we have 2 on with Zach Mouse up, and he's going to fly out to the center fielder.
All right, Ian Fullman up now for Seattle here. Hits one over to the first baseman, who will take that to the bag himself for the 1st out. Cedric Winters here will go down swinging or on strikes. Yep, that's a swing. Bunty now hits one right up the middle through the gap there. That'll be a single for him. So 2 outs now, runner on first for Sasaki, who hits that one over the jumping second baseman's head. So runners on first and second now for Stocks, who will strike out swinging. So leaving 2 runners stranded there for Seattle in the top of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom, Indy leading 2-0.
Parmley is going to go ahead and strike out. Jimbo Slice is going to hit that one to the center fielder. It's a hard shot to the center fielder, but an easy play. With Tsunami striking out for the 3rd out, so an uneventful 5th inning.
Right here, banging over here. I have a mosquito in my room.
Nice.
Colvin here strikes out swinging. To bring us back to the top of the order here for Seattle.
I hope you wildly start hitting things to try to kill the mosquito.
I think I got him.
Okay.
Davis Campbell down on strikes here for the second out to bring up Melot for Seattle. And Melot hits one out into deep left
Ooh.
field, and that one is gone. So in Seattle getting on the board here with a solo home run from Melot. Dowd up now. Will
That,
strike out swinging,
that is
but Seattle
Dangley's.
does notch that one run.
That is Dangley's 9th strikeout of the game.
Wow.
All right, Sailor Twift up, and we have a new pitcher in, and he is going to draw a walk. So again, 1 on, no outs. Oh, and Sailor Twift's going
Whoa.
to easily take second with that wild pitch. And then we have Quinn, who's going to hit that out to the left fielder, but not hard enough to advance the runner. And then we have Franco, who's going to hit that to a
What a dive
diving
there.
center fielder for the out to actually stop advancing the runner. And then Eagle Eyes is going to go ahead and just hit that right into the gap, and the center fielder can't do anything for a double. That's going to score the 3rd run of the game for Indy. And then we have Dover, who just hits that right past the second baseman, and that's going to score another run for a double. It's 4-1 now, Indy over Seattle. As we have Zach Mouse, who strikes out. So I think that is 14 strikeouts for the game. I'm not sure. I think that was the... Yeah. I think that was the
Sounds right.
projection.
Bowman hits a little dribbler up to the pitcher there, who sends it over to first for the first out here to bring up Winters for Seattle, who
10
will strike out
strikeouts.
swinging. Bunty up now, 2 outs for Seattle here in the top of the 7th. And Bunty will watch that one go by. He goes down looking for the final out of the inning for Seattle.
And Parmley is up. And Parmley is down strikeouts. And that's 17 strikeouts for the game. And Slice is up, and he's going to hit that to the shortstop, who gets it over to the first baseman for the second out. And we have Johnny Tsunami, who is going to draw a walk. So we have 2 out and 1 on in the bottom of the 7th. As Sailor Twift comes up, and it's going to be a strike him out, but not throw him out. And we have the man on second, and wait, I missed something there. I screwed that up. Sailor Twift, I think, just swung on a strike and then scored. Yep, that's what happened. Okay, Quinn. Yep, Quinn hits a shot into outfield to advance the runner. And then we have Franco, who comes up and puts that one out of the park for a 3-run shot. And this one's going to put this game kind of out of reach, as the score is going to be 8-1 Indianapolis, and there's still 2 outs in the inning, as Eyes hits that to the second baseman to record the 3rd out.
All right. A lot of work to be done here for Seattle. Sasaki up now. Hits one out into deep left field, where it will be caught on the warning track there by the left fielder. Stocks up now. Will go down swinging. So that should be 2 outs here for Seattle here in the top of the 8th. Colvin hits one to the diving third baseman, who gets it over to first, but I do not think he's in time. So runner on first here. Davis Campbell will hit that one right to the shortstop, and that is over to second for the Force.
Bendover's up, and he's going to hit that into the center fielder, who just moves up a little bit and makes it out easy. Zach Mouse is going to hit that to right field, and that's an easy fly out for the right fielder. And then we're doing the same thing. We're just going right to center field this time, and that's going to be the 3rd out, as we have 3 more outs.
Melot up here with I believe Seattle's only run in the game. Hits this one out over there. He has a single there. Dowd now down on strikes. So 1 out here. Fullman up now. We'll hit that one over the shortstop into left center. Back to the warning track there. And that'll be a double for him. A little bit of a sign of life here from Seattle. Winters up now. We'll go down swinging though, and the Sea Serpents are down to their final out. And Bunty will hit that one to the third baseman to get said final out and end the game.
All right. So, yeah, we had the Indianapolis Apex beating the Sea Serpents 8-1. Good game from Malott. He really tried his best for Seattle. 3 for 5 for Bendover with 2 RBIs, but the real star, I think, Wander Franco, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Really helped propel. Balls gets the loss. Dangley gets the win. Bolanos gets the save. Doug Dangley, with his 10 strikeouts and only 1 earned, is the player of the game. And I think the over was achieved, so over gang.
Over gang.
All right. I'll
Oh
do this so
boy.
that you can call that sweet, sweet Boise game.
I would rather not, but
Okay,
go ahead.
then you have it, and I'll talk all about Boise losing.
I will call this as soon as it stops being pixelated. It looks like Voyagers are going to take down the Vandals, I believe. Oh, is this 8-1?
Yes,
Or just 6?
8
Okay.
to 1.
Yeah. Can't read the columns there, but I'm taking a guess. Looks like Magiacomo, I think 2 for 4 on the day for Vancouver. Sack Lodge 3 for 4. Her obsessions with a hit there, but on the New York side of things, Tom Shue having himself a year, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Hunter 2 for 4 with an RBI, and then RBIs coming from a bunch of other people. Going down to the pitching here, Johnson will get the loss for Vancouver. Sorry, AJ. Hashtag fire AJ. Over on
Hashtag fire
the New
AJ.
York side, Seabart will get the win for New York. And your player of the game will be Ragnar Webb Seabart, who started this game, pitched 8 innings with 1 earned run and 7 strikeouts. So impressive showing here from Seabart for New
That's
York.
true, Reno. Have we considered punish Vandals? I'm not sure if
I
we've
think they
considered that
just
or not.
got punished.
I'm not sure if we've considered that. All right, so now we have OBX takes down Boise 10 to 4. So not good for Jess. Parker doesn't do much.
Hey, I have
Hey,
an
you had an
RBI.
RBI. That's good. 2 for 4 for Rodriguez. 2 for 4 for Westfall. On the OBX side, we had 2 for 2 for Riverboat. 2 for 4 for Walker, who gets 4 RBIs. Bird Cannon, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Cato gets the win. Pozo gets the hold. Lucas loses, unfortunately for Lucas. And yeah, player of the game is Tex Walker. So good game for Tex Walker. 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs, who I believe is also in her sophomore season, I believe. Okay.
All right, here we've got the Crabs taking down Maui 4-1. For Maui here, looks like multi games from Nakia and Kaisenboom. And the 1 run there is going to come from Rie. On the Providence side, Law Jr. 2 for 4. Cloudera 1 for 2 with 3 RBIs. And of Derek Jeter there with an RBI as well. Down in the pitching, looks like Gonzalez will get the loss for Maui, their 7th of the season. Providence, Daring will get the win, the start there. Crab with the save. Your player of the game is going to be Bobby Daring, who went 7.1 innings pitched with 5 strikeouts and only 1 earned run.
All right, and the last Legends game, we have the San Antonio Sloths beating the Buffalo Surge 11-2. Looks like Christy Abbott had a hell of a game again. 4 for 5 with 4 RBIs. That is, wow. 3 for
Or
6
is that a bad word?
What did I say?
HE double hockey sticks.
Oh, is that okay? I don't know. I don't know if that
I
one's
don't
okay.
know.
4 for 5 for San Antonio, but I did tell you to call me out if I said anything.
I did.
2 for 4 for Swap. I was like, what did I say? Oh no. Windsor gets the win, and Balkan gets the loss. Player of the game is Christy Abbott, which makes sense. Cool. All right, that's the game we just watched. You can go ahead and put me out of my misery for this game.
All right. It looks like Cancun was mastered by Lucky El Charo, according to this write-up here. So this is going to be a 7-1 win for Nashville. Here on the Cancun side of things, a couple of hits for Esposito and LaFleur. Nothing else doing really. That 1 RBI from LaFleur. For Nashville over here, though, we have hits from a few people. It's like your RBIs coming here from several people. Crunk looks like 1 for 5 with 2 RBIs there. Down in the pitching here, Robert's going to take the loss. Yeah, he was. Wow. Robert's going to take the loss for Cancun, but Lucky El Charo, I think, story of the game here. Complete game, only 1 earned run, and 12 strikeouts. So
Yeah.
obviously, Lucky El Charo is going to be your player of the game.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to say he was masterful in this one. Yep.
Masterful.
All right. Then we got Death Valley over the Sarasota Supernovas, which still pains me to say. 2-1. Big games. Well, Farley Hank probably had the biggest game with the one RBI. 1 for 4, 1 for 3 for Benz. Just a 2-hit effort tonight. 1 for 2 for Junie Panda on the Sarasota side. Torkelton gets the loss in a complete game. Did this go down to the last inning? No, it came down to the
Wow.
8th. Interesting. Torkelton does go the complete game in the loss, though. We have Farnworth, who gets the win. A decent outing for him. Baxter gets the save. And Torkelton, the losing pitcher, gets player of the game. You don't see that very often. That's pretty.
Just left him in there to suffer.
They did. He didn't really suffer, but
Yeah.
no run support. Can't blame the guy. Come on,
Nope.
Sarasota.
Very
Run
sad.
support. Run support. All right.
All right, this is our last one of the day, I believe. So the Rougarou are on a bit of a winning streak here. 6 straight wins for them as they take down the Demons 8-4 in Detroit. On the New Orleans side of things, we've got multi-hit games from Beauregard, Cook, and Bonanza. Bonanza going 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Hafner also 2 for 4 on the day. On the Detroit side, Herrera 2 for 3 here. Your runs coming from Herrera, Dinkle, and Armstrong there. Down in the pitching, McDougal's going to get the loss, their 11th of the season here for New Orleans. Lewis is going to take the loss in relief for Detroit. Your player of the game is going to be Richie Bonanza.
Okay, let's go see the Litleys because I know they played. And we're going to start off with the Kingpins shutting out the Wheelers 4-0. 2 for 4 for Duncan with 2 RBIs. The other RBIs coming from Gray and Chovy. 2 for 4 for Chovy. Pretty good game. And then, yeah, we got a 2 for 4 for Mann, but that's really all we can speak of for the Anchorage Wheelers. This is a cool name. Mitch the T-Rex gets the win. Hold goes to Rogers, and Master gets the loss, and Mitch the T-Rex is player of the game.
Okay, moving on. The Bears are going to improve to a even record here, 40-40 with a 4-1 win over
I have to say
State
something.
College.
When I first read that, I thought they won 40 to something, and I was like, oh,
I
God.
I do that all the time. I'm like, oh no, spring training all over again. On State College's side here, multi-hit games from Blammo and Obermueller. Looks like your 1 RBI of the game here is going to come from Blammo there, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Bruce City over here, 2 for 4 from Jimmy Olsen. I think that's Jimmy. I don't know why I have Jimmy in my head. If that's not your first name, I'm sorry.
It is Jimmy.
It is. All right. 2 RBIs. 3 for 4 for Steve here with 2 RBIs as well. Down in the pitching, looks like Isawasa is going to take the loss for State College. McNamerson's going to get the win, the start there for Bruce City. Booskooser with the save. Your player of the game is going to be Namie McNamerson, which I remembered, even though you closed the game out on me.
I
That's
wasn't
good.
sure how far ahead. I had to do things. All right, we got Louisville. Oh God, this one is actually 21 to 1.
This is actually 21.
Sorry,
Oh.
Dallas, which is my minors team. Yeah, so Dallas actually had one really good game with Rodriguez going 2 for 3, but all the offense was on Louisville, winning 21 to 1. 6 for 4 for McGee, 3 for 6 for Gump, everyone. 5
Yeah,
for
everybody.
4 for Sassafras.
No
This
one
is-
didn't have a hit.
This is a rough game. Sorry, guys. Redacted, that's a great name for this situation, goes 0.1 of an inning, giving up 7 with only getting 1 out. That is, sorry.
You're going to want to redact that one.
Yeah, and then Junkball gets the win, though they didn't have to do much. They still had a good game. Diddle McGee with that 4 for 6 and 2 RBIs gets player of the game. LBG, don't look. I hope you don't see this. It's sad. All right. Did I not click that? I did not.
The rough one.
Where are we at? Okay.
We're here. Looks like Amarillo is going to take this one 5-1 against Kingston. On the Amarillo side of things, looks like the RBIs are going to come from Shapiro, McGee here, who's 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs, and Johnson, that last one, On the Kingston side, that lone RBI from Yuppie Yuppers, who goes 3 for 4 with an RBI. Down in the pitching, Belle Delphine is going to get the win for Amarillo, their 7th of the season. Jansen Crenshaw is going to take the loss for Kingston. And your player of the game is going to be Belle Delphine, who pitched 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, and no earned runs against.
Okay, then that's where we're gonna leave this day. I'm gonna go ahead and advance to the next day. We have no major games, which means it's a minors quick sim. Sweet. And we're gonna start with the Dynamos versus the Lemurs. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make sure that I'm doing this correctly. 8-11, 8-11. It's a quick sim. Sweet. All right.
Yes.
All right, and this one has the Dynamos getting beat by the Lemurs 9-3. Not as bad as 21-1, but still not great. 2 for 3 for Cook on the Dynamo side. That's the only thing to really write home about. 2 for 5 for O'Sullivan, and then 3 for 4 for Burrow, just with that 1 RBI. But that 2 for 5 with 5 RBIs from O'Sullivan, I have a hard time thinking someone's going to beat that. Belcher gets the loss, Velasquez gets the win with Triplet getting the hold, and Lump O'Sullivan does get the player of the game. Alright, State College versus the Brew City Bears.
What's that? It looks like the Bears are going to take this one 6-1. On the State College side of things, not a whole lot here going on. Looks like that 1 RBI is going to come from Obermueller. On the Brew City side, McGruff 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and then RBIs also from underrated Klukas, Steve, and Riley. Down in the pitching, we've got Sylvia taking the loss for State College here, and Havoc is going to get the win. Their 7th of the season for Brew City. I believe Hunter Havoc is also going to be your player of the game with 7 innings pitched, no earned runs, and 10 strikeouts. So quite an outing there for Hunter Havoc.
All right, we got the Chicago Kingpins taking on the Anchorage Wheelers, and the Anchorage Wheelers are going to steal this one 2-0 in what the game is calling a pitcher's duel. So let's go ahead and see what happened here. Just only 5 hits mustered for Chicago, 2 for 2, I mean, for Atlas Gray. A decent outing for Jimenez, 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and that is the difference in the game. And we have Bruce Star Lemonade taking the loss. Oh, sorry, Big Yush. Then we have Brian Taylor with the win, a hold to Kai, and Rizzo gets the save. Oliver Jimenez is the player of the game, which makes sense because that is the 2 runs earned.
All right. Looks like we got the Firehawks taking down Kansas City 8-6. On the Kansas City side of things, we have a lot of hitting going on here. Just I guess not enough. We have got RBIs from Slokening, Rodica Scott the fourth, Barry here, all combining for those 6 runs for Kansas City. On the California side of things, got 2 RBIs from Bet and Bougie, 3 from Sloth Seiko. It's 2 for 4 on the day. And then RBIs also from Grimes Jr. and Rennie Rodriguez. I love that name. And Bingo Lulingo. Down in the pitching, we've got Smoltz taking the loss for Kansas City. Wade Killiams is going to get the win for California. McThornbody will get the save. And your player of the game is going to be Chipper Slokening, who did something. If we can scroll back up there.
4 for 5, 1 RBI.
Yeah, there we go. Oh,
not who I would have chosen, but you know.
No, but good for him.
Game did what the game did. All right.
Good for you.
And the last... Oh, you can't say that. Now it's stuck in my head. Now I can't think of anything else. All right. The last game we have Amarillo Armadillos beating the Kingston Mounties. I believe 1-0. Right?
Yep.
Just 1 run. That 1 run is going to be scored by Big Barnold. 2 for 3 for Ferneck. Jim Dye gets the win. Mrazek gets the save. Complete game loss again from Todoroki. That's the second time we've seen that. That's a great outing. 9 Ks, 1 earned to get the loss. That's run support, guys. Run support. Jim Egg does get the win because he also had a fantastic outing with 6 Ks, no earned, only 2 hits allowed. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure the
Yeah.
majors didn't have anything today. They did not. Let's make sure the
Nope.
minors are all played. They are. We're going to go to the next one. No minor games today. There are, however, majors. And I believe this
Mm,
is Sloths versus OBX.
it is. And I have stats.
And you have stats, which is great.
All right. You ready?
Almost hit quick play. That would have been bad.
Oh.
And we're in it. Let's go.
All right. So Slots come into the sim sitting second place in Legends West with a 39-39 record, 5 games behind division leader Vancouver. San Antonio has lost 3 straight games, all one-run games. Slots have been to the postseason for 10 consecutive seasons and currently hold their destiny in their own hands as they hold the final wildcard spot. 10 straight seasons in the playoffs is currently the best in the league. Death Valley did have a streak and a league record of 18 straight seasons in the postseason until that was snapped last season, giving San Antonio now the current longest streak. The Sloths had 3 members of their team playing for the All-Star team, Slim Duke and Chris Jimenez and Nolan Windsor. Windsor is currently on fire. He should get that checked out. With a 2.15 ERA over his last 5 games. I'm glad you laughed at that. It
That
wasn't
was
a good joke.
I liked it.
Even though he doesn't have any wins to show for it, going 0-2 in that stretch. Akuna Matata is also on fire. Wow. Currently hitting 400 with 3 home runs in his last 7 games. The Slots also have some cold players, Trent Bolt Jr., Riven Knox, Theophilus Suidat, and Trevor Knight. Coming into the sim, the Sloths are 3-2 versus the Aviators. The Aviators come into the sim tied with the league's best record at 57-21 with the Rougarou. Not sure how that's panned out tonight, but we will see. They did have a 3-game win streak going until they lost to the Stars in their last game of last sim by walk-off fashion in the 10th, although I'm pretty sure they're on another 3-game streak because they just swept Boise. In his last outing on August 5th versus the Stars, Walker Cato, the only player on Outer Banks that is red hot, pitching a 1-hit complete game shutout, striking out 5 and walking 1. Nobody is cold on this team because they're very good. OBX saw 7 of their players reach the All-Star game this season. Rays Funk, Justin Ripspot, Domingo Pozo, Klausberg and Cannon, Tex Walker, Dub City, and Linus Riverboat. There's only one pitcher on this pitching staff that has an ERA over 3.76, and that is the one-hitter stud Walker Cato. Imagine that. OBX has 7 hitters with over 40 RBI, and they have the best pitching staff and offense in Legends Conference, which you probably already knew. That's the stats.
That's the stats. Again, Bieber is
It's gonna be
great.
my thing now.
We're gonna do it again. Beaver's great, and we're gonna go into this game. Do you want OBX or do you want San Antonio?
I'll take San Antonio.
All right, San Antonio is yours.
I am from Texas originally, so let's do this. If this decides to let me do this. Here we have Stan Antonio himself leading off for San Antonio here. He's going to work a walk there. So 1 on here for San Antonio in the top of the first. Matata now will also work a walk. So 2 of those back-to-back here for Ripspot. Christy Abbott now will come up and strike out swinging. So Ripspot gets his first strikeout here in the top of the first. Sandwiches now. Going to watch that one go by. So he goes down looking. So off to a good start for the Sloths, but now they have 2 outs. Oh, that's a dropped third strike. Nope, that's just a dropped ball. Well pitch. Something. Runners advance to second and third. Jimenez now hits one down the line there. They do not get that one over to first in time, I believe, so that will score a run. So San Antonio gets on the board first.
It's on that
1-0.
bird.
Knox will work a walk there. So bases loaded here for Theodophilus Suidat, who will
Wait,
hit one
what
to
did you just say?
past the what?
What's his name?
Theophilus Suidat, who
Oh.
just scored a run. 2 runs, I believe. So now San Antonio's up 3-0. Knight will strike out swinging and finally put that
I wouldn't have even tried that.
half of the inning to
Wouldn't
rest.
have even tried it. Gonna be honest
I'm
with you.
adventurous.
Yeah, you are much more than I am. All right, we got Latoris up, and he's gonna strike out. Brings up Dub City. Dub City's gonna hit that one to the shortstop, who
Kinda looks
fumbles that one. And then San Antonio's going to try and throw out the runner and does successfully
Gets him.
throws out the runner. So there's a caught stealing there. And this shortstop, second error of. No,
the
that's
day.
the first error, actually. The other one wasn't recorded as an error. That's going to go up and into that. And why did he try
Why are you
for
running?
third? I'm so confused why he went to third. But he did. He's out.
Oh, no.
So the inning is over.
A weird one. That was a weird
You
one.
got to make something out of nothing, right?
Goffard here for San Antonio hits one out into left center or left field, but it is caught by the left fielder there for the first out. San Antonio strikes out swinging to bring up Matata. 2 outs now for San Antonio here in the top of the second. They lead 3-0. Matata hits that one over to the third baseman who dives to it, throws it over to first, but the first baseman drops that or it goes past him or something. Not
And he
sure who that
runs
error
right
was
into
on.
the stands.
But there he goes. Runner on second there, but they will be left stranded as Abbott goes
He had
down.
to go get that. He was so embarrassed. He ran into the stands.
just
He was
like,
just
"I'm
going,
out."
I'm going home. We got Halen up, and he's going to strike out. Hunter Geist is going to hit that up the middle, and that's going to be a single up the middle. I got Riverboat, and Riverboat is going to hit that with the runner moving, but he has to come back, so he's going to third and makes it somehow, so good for him. 1 out, and we're going to get a walk from Swift to bring up Walker with the bases loaded and 1 out, and Walker's going to hit into, no, they're going to hold it at second so that it isn't a double play. That's going to be fielder's choice RBI with Latoris up, and Latoris is going to hit that one up to the center fielder.
I know it's just the animation, but I feel like he could have tagged the bag there before he threw it to second.
Yeah, he definitely
This is
100%.
out to left for sandwiches.
He had plenty of time.
It'll be a single for him. Jimenez now gets flunked by that one, so he will take his base. So runners on first and second for Knox.
We could turn this stream
Goes down
into
swinging.
The Sim does weird things. Let's make fun of it if you want. I'm okay with that.
Suidot again will work a walk, so bases loaded here for Knight. For San Antonio here in the top of the third with 1 out. Oh, he gets hit too, so they're going to walk in a run there. Whoa. So San Antonio now 4-1. Goffard up. We'll hit that one up the middle where it will be caught by the diving center fielder. Runner's going to come home. That'll score another one. 2 outs now here in the top of the third. San Antonio will go down on strikes though, so that will get them out of any further trouble.
And for OBX here, we have Dub City, who's going to hit to that shortstop who doesn't make a mistake this time and gets the out. And then we got Bergen Cannon, who is going to hit to the second baseman. That is going to be the second out with Jockenberg up, and that's going to be a weird little pop-up thing to the catcher for the third out.
Go. Matata up now for San Antonio. We'll go down on strikes. So that'll bring up Christy Abbott. Hot hitter Christy Abbott, who also strikes out. Sandwich is up now for San Antonio. Hits that one to the second baseman, who sends it over to first for the final out.
Right, that brings up Halen, who hits it to the first baseman, who just shifts over to his right a little bit or left and gets the out. A little dribbler to the catcher, gets the second out for Geis with Riverboat coming up with 2 outs, and he's just going to hit it right to the shortstop. That's going to be the third out, and it looks like San Antonio now is cruising.
All right, Jimenez up now for San Antonio. Hits that one out into right field, where it will be caught by the right fielder for the first out. Raven Knox now hits that one up the middle. Shortstop will grab that one. Takes his time throwing it over to first, but they do get the out. Suidot now watches that one go by, so he is down looking. That's you.
Yep, Taylor Swift is good, or Taylor Swift. Oh my God, I can't do it. We just had the other one, Tyler Swift. Oh, I can't do this. Can't do it, guys. I can't do it. Tex Walker is up now, and Tex Walker is going to hit that one past into the outfield to get a 1-out base knock. With Latoris coming up, Tex Walker is going to steal second, and Latoris is going to go ahead and strike out. And we'll see if Dub City can do something. And Dub City is going to just hit a dribbler. Catcher is going to cover, throw it over to first to get the third out. So that second baseman has no danger to San Antonio, as they are going to take it to their half of the inning.
All right, we've got Knight up now, who hits this one out into left field, where it will be caught by the left fielder for the first out. Goffard hits this one over to the third baseman, who sends it over to first for the second out. Back to the top of the order here for San Antonio. San Antonio hits this one out into right field. They'll throw that one back in, but not in time, so there is a single for him. Matata will go down on strikes, though, so leaving that runner stranded at first.
All right, then we have Bergen Cannon up. Bergen Cannon is going to hit that one out to the right fielder, who just walks up a few steps, gets the out with Jockenberg up, and he's going to gap that one. That should be a double and maybe a triple, but no, the left fielder gets it in quickly, so that's going to be a 1-out double. with Halen up and the man on second, he is going to hit that to the third baseman, who watches the guy back to second and gets the out at first. Geist is going to go ahead and hit that underneath the right fielder, and that should score a run for OBX's second run of the game. Sorry. With Riverboat up and 2 outs, he's going to hit that one to the wall. That might score a run, as we're going to see a triple. It is going to score a run.
The right fielder's just like,
He just didn't feel like throwing it. He just wanted to look at
perhaps
the
I
ball.
should get this ball.
There's a ball there. Let me do something with it. As Tyler Swift comes up and strikes out, but not before OBX can bring in some crooked numbers to bring this game within 2.
All right, Christy Abbott, hot hitter here, leading off for San Antonio here in the top of the 7th, who will go down on strikes. Sandwiches up now. Will work a walk. So runner on first here, 1 out for Jimenez. That one gets past the catcher there, so runner will advance to second. Jimenez watches that one go by. So he'll be down on strikes. Knox hits this one deep into center, where it will be caught by the center fielder. So no damage done there in the top of the 7th for San Antonio.
All right, we have Tex Walker taking the plate, and a new pitcher in Slim Dugan. Going to go ahead and get the first strikeout to record the first out. The Taurus is up and also going to strike out. Slim Dugan is working. Dub City. Dub City is going to take Slim Dugan, hit the wall at the gap, and that's going to be a double. Quick turn in, though, only leaves it to 2 as Bergen Cannon comes up with a man on second, and he's going to hit a high fly ball, but the center fielder is going to come over to right field and catch that to get the third out.
All right, Suidot up now for San Antonio. Hits that one out down the right field line, and that will be at least a single. He's going for 2, and they're just going to let him have it. So runner on second here for Knight, who strikes out swinging. Goffard up now for San Antonio. Hits one up the middle over the jumping second baseman. So that, I believe, is going to score a run, maybe? Yep. Will do. 6-3 now for San Antonio. Antonio up now. Hits that one out into left field. And the runner's going to stay put at third. So runners on the corners now for Matata, who strikes out swinging. 2 outs here now for San Antonio. Christy Abbott hits one out, and the first baseman will catch that to get them out of trouble. San Antonio still up 6-3, though, here as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
And Drakenberg's going to go ahead and strike out there. Slim Dugan is just pitching a good game in relief. But then Halen's going to draw a walk, so we have a man on first with 1 out. And then up the middle is going to be a double play for Geist that's going to get them out of the inning. And we're going to go to the top of the 9th.
Pork chop sandwiches up now for San Antonio. Hits one there, shallow infield, and that'll be sent over to first for the first out. Jimenez comes up here, goes down swinging. So 2 outs now for San Antonio here in the top of the 9th. Knox up here. And Knox will hit that one up the middle. That should be a single for him. He's going to stay put. Suidot hits that one up, out, deep. And it is caught on the warning track there by the center fielder to finish out their half of that inning.
All right, as we go to the
when
bottom
they
of
do
the
it.
inning, OBX's last chance. And Riverboat's going to go ahead and strike out there. Tyler Swift is going to strike out as Slim Dugan is just dealing right now. And Tex Walker is going to hit that to the first baseman, and that is going to go ahead and end the game. And we're going to go with a 6-3 win for San Antonio. The Sloths Suidot.
That's how I was saying it.
Is 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. 1 for 3 for Goffard with 2 RBIs. And 2 for 4 for Geist with 1 RBI. Is probably the best player for OBX for this game. Rayner gets the win. Dugan comes in, strikes out 5 in 3 innings for the save. Ripspod gets the loss, but only giving up 2, so decent game. And Ripspod in loss gets player of the game. What's it with us and the losing pitcher gets player of the game?
Yeah. They're just all having good nights. And
11 strikeouts for
not
Ripspod.
getting
That's
there.
insane.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And so what, 15, 16 strikeouts total for OBX?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right. We're going to go to this game.
All right. Looks like the Vandals are going to take down the Crabs 6-2. On the Vancouver side of things, looks like Magicomo had a pretty good day here, 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Your other RBIs coming from Sack Lodge, Session, nope, just Sack Lodge, and Sam Andrews, McMuffin. And over on the Providence side of things, let's see, they've got 2 runs here, and those are going to both be scored by Cloudera. Went 1 for 4 on the day with those 2 RBIs. Down to the pitching, Digger Jr. is going to get the win for Vancouver, Troy Pressing with the save, and Ivy Leaf is going to take that loss for Providence. Your player of the game is going to be Greg Digger Jr., who pitched 6.1 innings, 2 earned runs, and 5 strikeouts.
All right, then we're gonna go right into the Boise Buffalo game.
Oh,
Buffalo is gonna take down Boise 7-6. Sorry about that.
eh,
2 for 3 for Sabor. Petra has a pretty good game. Parker Beauchamp doesn't do anything, and I'm just gonna keep saying that.
you're just going to keep calling me out. Okay.
Yeah, I am. 2 for 5 for Meredith with 2 RBIs. 1 for 2 for Taters with 2 RBIs. Pitching, we have Toasties getting the blown save loss. Unfortunate. Looks like that was the problem. And then we have a blown save for McKinnon as well, but does get the win. So is able to recover. Sandy Taters is your player of the game with that 1 for 2 2 RBI game.
All right. The Voyagers win what the game is calling a thriller, 6-5 here against Maui. Down here in the hitting, which is wildly pixelated for me for no reason now. It was doing so well there.
Yeah, we were on a run. It was bound to
Yeah,
get messed up. Do you need me to
you
do
know,
it,
like
or
the
are you
hitting.
good?
Yeah, go ahead.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So for Maui, we got a 3 for 5 for Kane, 2 for 4 for Stein, 3 for 4 for Nakab, but not enough to get the win. As we have some good batters with Rusty Kuntz getting a 3 for 4 game, 2 for 5 for Menard, but most of the RBIs again come from Shu, who's having an unreal season. Cletus McFlorida Man gets the win in relief, which is unusual as his first win of the game, and Brown comes in and gets the loss. Kuntz is going to be the player of the game. Can you see yet?
I can see some of it. Let's see. Yes, I can see this. All right, the Supernovas are going to shut out the Sea Serpents 7-0. Looks like Shifty Lagoose had a game. On the Sea Serpent side of things, no RBIs, obviously. 2 for 4 day from Dowd. Over here for Sarasota, though, we've got RBIs from Arrow, Carter, Panda, and 2 for 4 day with 3 RBIs for Jay Doctor. Down in the pitching, Hammersmith is going to get the loss for Seattle. Shifty Lagoose pitching 8.2 innings, no earned runs, and 11 strikeouts for Sarasota is your obvious player of the game.
Surprised they subbed him with 1 out.
Yeah, that seems mean.
It does. All right. And then we have this game, which I don't want to call because the Demons have decided to beat the Cancun Toros 7-2. On the Cancun side, Peter LaFleur 2 for 4. That's about the best person that does it. 2 for 4 for 2 RBIs. Then we have Stack and Paper 2 for 4 for 5 RBIs for Detroit. 1 for 4 for Poe with 2 RBIs. Since I call you out, my player Caden Kalian is 0 for 4 and just falling in every statistical measure. Chant McQuack gets the loss with Ricky Vaughn getting the win, and I think it's Thomas Palmer, yeah, gets the save. Ben Stack and Paper gets the player of the game for Detroit. And this one.
All right. Oh boy, dog barking upstairs. Sorry to everyone who can hear that. Looks like the Apex are going to take down the Scorpions here. I believe 9-5. On the Scorpion side of things, we have multi-hit games from McGibbon, Orem, and RBIs from McGibbon, Orem, and Jacob Edwards, and On the indie side, though, we've got Ben Dover going 2 for 4 on the day. We've got Jimbo Slice 1 for 2 with 5 RBIs. That's fairly impressive. Johnny Tsunami also 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. There RBIs from Quinn and Franco as well. Down in the pitching, we have Ratatouille who's going to take the loss for Death Valley. Troy No Hands will get the win for Indianapolis. You Need to Calm Down will get the save. Your player of the game is going to be Jimbo Slice.
Oh my god, is that how you say that?
What? You Need to Calm Down? Yeah. It's a Taylor Swift reference, like so
No,
many
no,
other
no,
things
no.
on this
Like
website.
their entire team. But no, I just it didn't occur to me that's how you say it.
Ah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, Wombat, my computer keyboard is very, very loud. I can't help it. I could replace the keys, but it's too expensive. All right, so we have the Nashville Stars beating the New Orleans Rougarous 5-3. For the Rougarous, Geronimo gets a 2 for 3 game with one RBI, 1 for 4 for Brayu with the other RBI. Buswell has a hell of a game, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. I'm going to say that that's not a curse word because I'm going to say it isn't. Getty gets the loss, and Johnson gets the win with Baxter getting the save and Law the hold. Jason Buswell, the former Chicago Kingpin, gets the player of the game. All right, and I don't believe there was any minor games, right? That's what we said, yeah. So
Nope.
that was all of these games. We're gonna go ahead to the next day. This is a quick sim all. I believe the 13th is a quick
Yep.
sim all, which
Sure is.
means we're gonna have a lot of fun because there's a lot of games to talk about.
All right.
I'll do the first one. You can do yours. Hopefully you win. How do you
I'm
feel
not
about that?
counting on it, but it would be nice.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Quick simming the Vandals versus the Crabs, and we got the Crabs beating the Vandals, 4-1 at the Old Bay Stadium. 3 for 4 for Herb Sessions, 2 for 4 for King, the only Sack Lodge getting the one RBI. Then for the Providence team, we have Kraustis, who's on a tear still in his sophomore season, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Good for Kraustis. We got Takahashi getting the loss, Voss getting the win with Mueller getting the save, and Sorry and Tyler gets the player of the game for Voss. Okay, you ready? Do you
Uh,
believe?
I can't see it, so I do.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right. Boise extends their losing streak here, sadly. Looks like on the Boise side of things, multi-hit games here from Bridget Westfall, Petra Sabor, and Scary Terry. Still not on the struggle bus. The RBIs here from Westfall Sabor, Pluto Rodriguez, and Scary Terry. Over on Buffalo, though, we've got Tintin Meredith going 2 for 5 with an RBI. RBIs also from Sandy Taters, 3 for 3 on the day. Buckley, 2 for 3. Spacok, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs there. And your last RBI there from Danny Gonzalez. Down in the pitching, Daly is going to take the loss for Boise. Buffalo Law is going to get the win in relief there. Graves with the hold. Bojangle with the save. Your player of the game is going to be Sandy Taters.
All right. In the next game, we have the Voyagers taking down the Makos, 4-0 behind Tokoyami. Only one hit was mustered by the Maui Makos. That was from Hunt Catsup. On the other hand, the New York Voyagers, 2 for 3 for Stevenson, 1 for 3 for Chu with another RBI, but 2 for 4 for Pretzelman with the 2 RBIs, the best batter. Michael Knightrider unfortunately gets his 9th loss of the season, but only surrendering 2 runs, so decent outing. Fukugami, I can't say his first name, Tokoyami, I'm going to just do that, gets the win with 0 earned. Horse comes in for the hold with Florida Man getting the save, and Tokoyami gets his player of the game for this.
All right. This is unpixelating itself. I think Outer Banks won this one 4-3.
Yep.
Looks like. Could not tell you who's doing. There it is. All right. So for San Antonio over here, looks like really good games from several people. Raven Knox 3 for 4 with an RBI. Suidot also 3 for 4 today. Outer Banks though, Mike Latoris 2 for 4 with an RBI. RBI is also from Bergen Cannon, Riverboat, and Swift. Down in the pitching, Greer is going to get the loss for San Antonio. Beaumont will get the win and the start here for Outer Banks. Poza with the hold, Ben Caden with the save. Your player of the game is going to be Bob Beaumont, who pitched 6 innings with 1 earned run and 7 strikeouts.
Okay, and then we're going to go to the Seattle versus Sarasota all S game. That's what I'm calling this from now on, the all S game.
Okay. Do it.
I've just decided that. We have the Florida Space Rangers, the Sarasota Supernovas beating the Seattle Sea Serpents 6-1. The only run coming from Sasaki, 3-1 with one RBI. We have 2 for 4 for Holden Afart with 3 RBIs, and 1 for 2 for Torrent with 2 RBIs. On the pitching, Sullivan takes the loss, Bentley getting the win, which gets him closer to the total win count. Leon coming in for the save. Austin Bentley does get player of the game with only 1 earned, 5 Ks, pitching 7 1/3 innings. Sad.
It's just not a good night for either of us here, is
Yeah,
it? Uh,
really.
looks like the Demons are going to take down the Toros 4-1 here. As soon as the pixelation stops, I will tell you who did that. Why don't you do this? We're going to be here all
Okay.
night if we wait.
4-1 for the Demons. Ernie Witt has a 4-for-3 game with 1 RBI. That's the 1 run coming for Cancun. 2-for-3 for Poe. 1 RBI. RBI is coming from Armstrong and DB, Danny. Lemon gets the loss. Carsey gets the win. Spin rate comes in for the hold, and Lewis gets the save. Carsey with the win gets the player of the game with 1 earned, 7 Ks. Only 1 run allowed and 2 base on balls. Can you see it yet, or should I just keep going?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Looks like Death Valley's going to take down Indianapolis 4-1 here. Can you just scroll down just a little bit? Let me just see if that straightens us out. Yep, there we go. Looks like McGibbon's going to go 2-for-4 here on the day. Orem 2-for-4 with an RBI. Also RBIs from Alderson. And for Death Valley here. Over on the Indy side of things, Bend over 2-for-4 with an RBI there. And that's going to be their only run of the game there. Down in the pitching, we've got Morgan getting the win. They're 6th of the season for Death Valley. And on the Indianapolis side of things, Maple is going to get the loss. Your player of the game is going to be Stephanie Morgan, who pitched 7.1, 0 earned runs, and 6 strikeouts.
For the last game of the day, we have the New Orleans Rougarou beating the Nashville Stars 3-1. Beauregard has a nice day with 2-for-3. But the RBIs are coming off of Di Stefano, Cook, Valor, Hamed, and Geronimo. Oh, nope, I lied. Valor did not get one. And Nashville is coming off a 1-for-2 game for Rose. The winner is Nakamura. The hold goes to Pleasance, and the save for John 43. Kuramachi in the loss. Player of the game is the starting pitcher for New Orleans. 7 1/3, 1 earned run, 7 Ks for Hiro Nakamura. To the Littlies. First game is Brew City versus Dallas.
All right. Looks like the Bears are going to take down the Dynamos 5-1 here. On the Brew City side of things, we have looks like Clucas goes 2-for-4 on the day with 3 RBIs. Lux 1-for-3 with 2 RBIs. For Dallas here, we've got multi-hit games from Bruce and Pine. But only 1 run coming from any of that, so not enough to get the job done. Down in the pitching, oh boy, that went crazy all of a sudden. Looks like Prasivka is going to get the win for Bruce City. Goozer comes in for the hold. Economides with the save. Over on the Dallas side, Lefty Bones is going to take that loss. Your player of the game is going to be Sander Clucas.
All right, and then we have California Firehawks versus the Louisville Lemurs, and we have the Lemurs taking down the Firehawks in extras 2-1. Took 13 innings to complete this game. We have a 3-for-4 for Slaseco, and the only run coming off of Remember Winkle, and the Myth is 1-for-5 with an RBI, or 1-for-6 with an RBI, and O'Sullivan's 1-for-5 with an RBI. The loss goes to E. Dot, and the win goes to Price. And Shipanapi, the starting pitcher for the Lemurs, gets the player of the game.
All right. So say clonk. This is still unpixelating itself. Either way, the Hepcats are going to take down the Wheelers 7-1. Can you call a hitting here?
Yeah,
I
for
can't
sure.
read it.
We have a one RBI game from Marquise the fourth. Nothing much on the Anchorage side beyond that. For the Hep Kitties, we have Cruz with a 3 for 5 day, 2 RBIs, 2 for 4 for Sloven King with 2 RBIs. A couple other RBIs coming from the bottom of the order. Assassin gets the loss coming in relief, and O'Sullivan gets the win coming in relief. Glenn Davies gets the player of the game for starting, only 1 earned, but 9 Ks.
All right. Looks like State College is going to take this one against Amarillo 3-2. Can you just scroll down a little bit? Usually that helps it. Maybe not. Just kidding.
I'm good if I'll just keep going.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
1 for 4 for McGee, 3 for 4 for Mo. The 2 runs coming off of McGee. Then we have a 1 for 4 day from Love with 3 RBIs, which are the difference. Knee gets the lose, strikeout gets the win, Dirty gets the hold, with Singh getting the save. He hate me strikeout. The starting pitcher for State College gets player of the game for the 2 earned run, 4K night. The last game is the Kingston Mounties. They beat the Chicago Kingpins 5-4. You can see it. Go ahead and call it.
All right. Yeah, the Mounties going to take down the Kingpins 5-4. On the Kingston side of things, Dupp. Stan Dupp here, 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Quite a game there. RBI also coming from Bark Bark Woof Ruff. Just an amazing name. On the Chicago side, Crozier McCoy 2 for 4. Shumi Holkenvettel also 2 for 4 here with an RBI. And then Applegate with another RBI there. Looks like Kagamine is going to get the win for Kingston. Walrus with the save. And on the Chicago side, Luciano is going to take that loss. Your player of the game is going to be Stand Up with those 4 RBIs as expected.
Okay. So everything's been played. I think we're going to our last streamed game.
Yep.
We are. It's going to be New Orleans versus Nashville, which is here. If you go ahead and want to do your stats thing, I have to run to the bathroom because I do, and I'll be back in a second.
That might be too much information there, Clark.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Let me just check and see if we have stats for this one, because I don't see any in my document. That may just be me. Looking. Stat team. See that all mounting. No, I don't think I have anything here. Unless someone wants to message me and tell me that I'm wrong, I will just sit here and wait for him to return. Let's see what we got here. I can read the stats on this very tiny screen. Let's see. Gurren says I'm wrong. Thanks, Gurren. Wow, I do not wish we were listening to Corey in the bathroom right now, but I'm glad the chat would like that. Hi, Enoch. How's it going? Let's take a look here at these stats lineups here. It looks like New Orleans has the edge for most of this. Couple ties here. And then a couple here for New Orleans, but for Nashville, but mostly looks like the Sim wants New Orleans to win this one. Thank you everyone in the chat who's complimenting me as I have been left stranded. We could do a question and answer session. Anybody have any questions? It's like we've got a prediction up here. Total home runs. Get those predictions in because they're closing in 48 seconds, and I don't know if Corey will be back by then.
I'm back.
All right. We don't have any stats, so I've been just sitting here kind of talking about nothing. I told everyone that.
Whoops. That's my bad. I really should have looked at those before I did this.
I told people to let me know if I was wrong,
Okay,
and so
first of all,
Druid
Bieber,
very kindly just direct messaged me
I've
to tell me I
drinking
was
like
wrong.
literally 3 glasses of water while sitting here, and I've been holding it for like an hour. So that's what's happened, and we're gonna go. Do you want New Orleans or do you want Nashville?
I can take Nashville. I do take requests, Gurren. What do you want?
What do we?
Questionable. All right, let's just do this.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
just
doing
looking
New
at the
Orleans
chat.
then. Here we do. Here we do. Here we
Yes.
do. Here we do. Sorry, guys. All right, so we have Beauregard up. Maybe, maybe. Okay,
Yep.
Beauregard hits that one into left field for a base knock. DiStefano is going to hit that to the left fielder, and Beauregard's going to think about tagging, but he doesn't. He's going to go ahead and actually just take that second base nice and easily. We have one on, a man on second, as we have Cook up. Cook's going to hit it to the center fielder, but not far enough to advance the runner to third. As we get Valor up, Valor is going to just pop that one out, fly that one out to the left fielder, and the end of the top of the inning for New Orleans.
All right, to the bottom of the first we go. Rose leading off here for Nashville, who hit that one out into right field, where it will be caught for the first out. Cade Munson up now for Nashville, hits that one out into left center, where it is caught by the center fielder. So 2 outs now as Fry comes up for Nashville, and he's going to work a walk. So they get a runner on here with 2 outs to bring up hot hitter Jason Booswell. Jason Booswell hits that one, a little dribbler right there to the pitcher, and they're not going to get that out at first. So runners on first and second here for Johnson, who pops that one up, and that's going to be caught by the second fielder there to get them out of trouble.
All right, and then we got Ahmed up, and he's going to hit that one and fly that out easily to the center fielder, which brings up Geronimo. Geronimo's going to go ahead and strike out. That is going to be Max Miller's first strikeout of the game. Bonanza is going to hit that one to the third baseman, who makes an easy play to first, and that's going to be our third out for New Orleans.
All right, Bongo Luongo up here now. Hits that one out into right field, where the right fielder's going to casually stroll over to catch it.
Just like no big deal.
Gronk,
Lazy
yeah.
Sunday walk to catch the ball.
He'll be out at first there. Smith hits that one right back to the pitcher, who sends it over to first for the final out.
All right, and we're going to start with Christopher Brew, and he is going to hit that one to the first baseman, who backs up to make the catch. Hafner's up, and he is going to try to put that between the shortstop and the third baseman, but Fox comes over to make the play. A swinging bunt there gets by the first baseman, so Beauregard's on at second with the, I believe it's going to be scored an error. It is, with DiStefano up, and he's going to crack that one, and he's going to make Nashville pay for that error as he hits a 2-run shot.
My husband keeps bullying me and telling me to do Jim Brockmeyer home run calls.
You absolutely should. Cook's going to take that and get the third out at first, and you should do that, and I want to hear it.
I'm not going to do it.
You should do it.
Bo now up for Nashville, hits this one out into right field all the way back to the wall. So that's going to be a double, maybe a triple.
Do we have to make that into a poll? We have to make that into a poll question.
I'm not doing it. Back to the top of the order now. Rose here hits this one over to the shortstop, who sends it to first for the out, but that will score a run. So Nashville gets on the board here with 1 out. Cade Munson hits this one out to the center fielder, so that'll be 2 outs there for Nashville. And Fry is going to hit this one into right field here, caught by the right fielder to retire at the side.
All right, so we have Valor coming up here, and Valor is going to pop that one out or to the left fielder. I think that's technically a fly ball, but I'm using pop because I feel like it. Hamed's going to hit that one and get a base single. Base single, that makes no sense. Geronimo is going to fly that one out to left field for the second out. And we have Bonanza, who's going to hit that to the shortstop, who takes it the short way to second base to record that out. And I really love how the right field has Major League Baseball scores on it. It does.
Oh, boy. Hot hitter Jason Booswell up now for Nashville is going to go ahead and work a walk there.
Apparently Milwaukee is beating
Johnson.
Chicago 8-0 in the bottom of the second.
Wow.
Huh.
And that's a fly out to left field there for Johnson. So Booswell will stay put at first. Bongo Luongo now, looks like Booswell's going to steal second, and he makes it. So Bongo Luongo down on strikes to record their second out here. Crunk hits one up to the second baseman, who sends that over to first for the out, leaving that runner stranded.
All right, and we're going to start this inning with Christopher Brew, who's going to hit that one up the middle, but the shortstop's going to be there to get it. That's the first out. With Hafner hitting that one through the diving third baseman to get a base hit. With Beauregard coming up, and Beauregard's going to fly that out to the left fielder, and we're going to have Hafner come back to first with 2 outs. DiStefano is going to hit that softly to the shortstop, who recovers and gets the 3rd out. Good play there by the shortstop.
Dom says you have a nice voice. No homo. Smith is going to hit this one shallow infield here. That's an easy out at first. Foe hits this one up the middle there, and that one is gone.
Excuse me.
You want me to say, okay, that ball cannot be buried in a Jewish cemetery because it has been tattooed.
Yes!
We've got Rose now who's going to get punked, and he will take his base.
My favorite moment of tonight's stream right there.
Munson up now for Nashville, and it looks like Rose is going to steal second, and he's safe there. Munson hits that one up. The shortstop will dive to catch that one and hit that over to first. Not in time for the out, though. So runners on the corners here for Fry, who hits one up the middle. That'll score a run. Looks like Munson will stay put at second there. Oof. Runners on first and second for Booswell, who hits this one out, and that one's gone too.
That one's way gone.
So 6-2 Nashville now in the bottom of the 5th. This one's getting a little out of hand. Let's see what New Orleans will do next, but we still have just 1 out here for Nashville. Johnson hits that one up the middle where it will be caught by the center fielder, so that's 2 at least. Bongo Luongo hits this one over to the shortstop, who will send that over to first to finally get that 3rd out, but some heavy damage done for Nashville there in the bottom of the 5th.
Cook's going to get this started with a base hit and see if New Orleans can respond. With Valor up, Valor's going to fly that out to center field, and there's going to be an easy play. Cook thinks about tagging it, but decides not to. Hamed, oh, what a play by the shortstop just to stop that, but that is going to be a base hit, I believe. Yep, they're going to score that a base hit. Man on first and second with only 1 out, and that's going to drop in. We have bases loaded for Bonanza with only 1 out, and Bonanza's going to hit that and a diving catch in right field. That's going to score a run, but probably stop more from coming in as New Orleans is crawling back. And then a good play from the second baseman, but a missed ball there. The error at the first base is going to keep the inning going as we have Hafner up, and Hafner's going to drop that in, and that's going to score at least 1, maybe 2. It is 2. It is now 6-5 with 2 outs as Beauregard comes up and hits that up the middle. That's going to tie the game. Oh, no, it's not.
Heard me talking trash.
A great play in center field there actually keeps it. Keeps it a 1-run game for Nashville.
New Orleans heard me talking trash. Crunk hits that one directly to the third baseman, who gets that over to first for the 1st out. Smith now up for Nashville, who hits this one into center field, where it will be caught by the center fielder. 2 outs now for Nashville. Foe up, who hits this one shallow infield there, over to first. Easy 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down for Nashville.
All right, and then we're going to bring DiStefano up here. DiStefano's going to strike out. Good strikeout there by Law. And he's going to walk Cook to put 1 man on with 1 out with Valor up. Valor's going to go ahead and strike out as he is on a cold streak right now. And we're going to get a stolen base there from Cook, as Hamed cannot bring the guy in, and that's going to be the 3rd out as New Orleans leaves 1 stranded, 1 down going into the bottom of the 7th.
All right, we are back to the top of the order here now for Nashville as Rose comes up. He will hit that one out past the third baseman into left field, so that'll be a base hit for him. Cade Munson will come up now. Oh, he's going to bunt that one up the third base line. Oh, that one's over to first for the easy out, but the runner will advance to second. Fry now, down on strikes. Hot hitter Jason Booswell hits one right to the second baseman, and that is a easy 3rd out there at first.
All right, we'll bring Geronimo up at the top of the 8th, and he is going to try and hit that over, but the second baseman with some range gets to it as Bonanza comes up, and he's going to go ahead and strike out. And we get Brew up, and let's see if Brew can do anything with this. Brew is going to hit that over into center field for a single, and we have Hafner. Hafner looks at the pitch and flies that out to center field to end the top of the inning.
Don't look now, but Boise's losing again. Zach Johnson down on strikes to bring up Bongo Luongo here for Nashville. And they're going to play a little catch.
Oh, yep, clicky click.
They always got to stay practiced. Bongo Luongo hits one up the middle. Oh, nope, just kidding. Infield fly. Caught there by, I believe, the shortstop. Crunk now hits this one over to the second baseman, sends it over to first for the third out.
All right, and New Orleans going to see top of the order for the top of the ninth to see if they can get this 5-6 lead, if they can get a run to tie it up. Beauregard's going to strike out to Baxter, who comes in relief. DiStefano is going to hit that into center field for a one-out single on the top of the ninth. That brings up Cook. Cook hits that into, what would have been an out, but is actually first and third with one out due to the error at first base. Brings in Valor to try and tie up the game with a sac fly, but he strikes out. Last chance up for Ahmed. Can he do something here, put ball in play? He is not able to, as they strand the tying run at third base.
Wow.
Well, that was an exciting end of that game.
It was.
Stranded run at third base to DiStefano, 2 for 5, 2 RBIs, 2 for 4 for Hafner in a sophomore season for 2 RBIs. He might be a rookie, actually. I think he played with me last year. Yeah, he did. 2 for 3 for Buswell with 3 RBIs. Clearly the best batter on the Nashville side, which is not surprising. Lots of errors for Nashville, which almost lost them the game, but they were able to thingamabobs. They were able to survive it. Mazeroski gets the loss. Miller gets the win. Law comes in for the hold, and then Baxter comes in for the last 4 outs to get the save opportunity. Buswell does get that player of the game. All right.
Raptors lose again.
Is that how you want to just call it? Just end it there?
No. So Surge are going to take down the Raptors 5-3 here. On the Boise side of things, looks like Toot Blonde had himself a day, 3 for 4 with an RBI. Johnny Pluto, 2 RBIs there. Not much going on elsewhere. Buffalo here, Swanberg, 3 for 4. No RBIs though. Your RBIs are coming from Sandy Taters here, 1 for 4 on the day with 3 RBIs. Tintin Meredith knocking one in also, and Suave, who's 1 for 3 on the day with that RBI. Down here in the pitching, Waller is going to take his 9th loss of the season. Over on the Buffalo side of things, Bellinger Jr. gets the win, Bojangle with the hold, and Graves with the save. Your player of the game is going to be Toot Blonde there, who I did say had a good game.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think either of us should ever be on stream together because neither of our players have
This
done
is not going well,
anything.
yeah.
So I'm going to blame
Very
us
clearly a
streaming.
curse.
Yep, we're cursed. Oh, never mind. I had a home run in my game. Okay, so the Voyagers are going to go ahead and beat Maui 9-5. 4 for 2 for Harwell with 2 RBIs. Clearly the best batter for Maui. A lot of good batters over on the Voyager side. 2 for 3 from Menard with 3 RBIs. 1 for 4 for Kuntz with... I keep saying that. It sounds so bad. With 3 RBIs. We have Baldelli getting the loss, Flowers getting the win, the hold goes to Crocodile, and Menard with that 3 for 3 game gets the player of the game.
All right, looks like the Aviators going to shut out the Sloths 6-0 here. 1 hit looks like for the Sloths here, just to break up that no hitter, just to be petty, I think. Christy Abbott 1 for 3 on the day. Over on the OBX side of things, though, multi-hit games from Dan Halen, Hunter Geist, and Tyler Swift, whichever Swift that is.
Tyler.
Yeah. Tyler Swift with those 2 RBIs there. Probably your strongest hitting performance, 3 for 3 on the day there for OBX. Down in the pitching, boop, boop. Rose is going to take the loss there for San Antonio. Funk with another win for Outer Banks. They're 16th. Seems like Ray's Funk is kind of unstoppable.
Yeah, and his ERA is just dropping.
It's just absolutely
it's just plummeting.
So Ray's Funk, 7 innings pitched, no earned runs, and 9 strikeouts is obviously your player of the game.
Do we know? I wish we could tell. I want to see something. I'm going to do this really quickly. I want to see when that hit was. How late in the game that hit was. Oh, not that.
I hope it was like the ninth inning.
No, it was the fourth. That's what I was. That's what I was trying to figure out. All
Always
right.
fun.
Oh wait, I just skipped a bunch of games, didn't I?
Whoops.
Okay, we'll go to this game because I just skipped some games. We'll just run that back. Okay, we got the
Oh my god.
Don't just the Supernovas beat the Sea Serpents 16-2.
Oh.
Not great for Seattle. Sorry, Seattle. They have not won a game, I don't think, on this stream yet. 2 for 4 for Bunty, 1 RBI is their best effort. 3 for 4 for Bosque for 3 RBIs. 2 for 3 for Torrent with 3 RBIs. 1 for 5 for Arrow with 4 RBIs. Holding a fart 2 for 4. They just RBIs all over the place. And then we have or Orquedes Garcia, I believe is how you say it, with the win.
Garcia. That's
What?
now.
What
It's now Sue's player.
is that now? Oh, he's
Yeah.
gonna be so happy. He told me he was gonna watch, but then he's not here, so now I'm upset with
I
him.
have to say nice things about him.
I don't have to say anything nice about him because he's not here.
All right. fine.
Hill gets the save. Maddox gets the loss. Now is lucky and gets the win. Now is really lucky.
You're just saying mean things about him, even though he's not.
Bosque is the player of the game. All right, and then we'll go into this, and you could do this. I did something. But
All right.
it's fine.
Detroit still gets this win 7-2 over Cancun. On the Cancun side of things, looks like Esposito 1 for 3 on the day. But your RBIs are going to come from you here, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs.
Praise me. Praise me.
No. Over on the Detroit side of things, we've got Nicholson Dimes going 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs there. I'm gonna guess that's your strongest performance there. Looking down at the pitching, Benson's gonna get the loss for Cancun. Galvin will take the win for Detroit. Brady coming in for the save. And your player of the game will indeed be Nicholson Dimes.
Oh, it might be my fault now he's not here. He did tell me to ping him when the games were on. Whoops.
Oh my gosh.
I'm such a good friend. All right.
You read a game, I'll go pay him.
The Apex go ahead and beat Death Valley 5-4. Your game. Sorry. Strong games here by Alderson, who's 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. For Death Valley. For Indianapolis, we have a Zach Mouse. Wow, what a game for Zach Mouse. 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs. I would be surprised if he's not player of the game. We have the hold going to Washington. Blown save. Ingram gets the loss as well. Zach Mouse is player of the game. The win is going to Shinkansen. I'm going to say that way. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, and like I said, Zach Mouse with that 4 for 5 game gets the player of the game. The last one goes to you, Jess.
All right. The Stars are going to take down the. Is this not the game we just watched?
Oh, it is. Ha, you're right.
I'm like, this seems very familiar.
So we're in the minors now.
We're being told that we've missed a Vandals game.
No, Vandals. No, did we?
Well, we're punishing them. So
No, we totally did the Vandals game.
did we talk about the Vandals game?
I thought so.
I don't know that we did. I don't think we did.
How did we miss the first game?
I mean, we did it to punish them.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
Let's
Okay,
do it
here,
now.
Go ahead.
All right. So it looks like Vancouver's going to take the Crabs down 10-3. On the Vancouver side of things, Magiacomo going 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs. McMuffin also having a day 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. On the Providence side of things, Cloudera had quite a game, 3 for 4 with an RBI there. Just not enough to get the win there. Down in the pitching, we've got Rogers taking the win, their 12th of the season for Vancouver. And Evans is going to get that loss for Providence. And your player of the game is going to be Andrea Magiacomo.
Did we miss anything else? Why did I start with this game?
And just to brag about me losing?
Well,
I don't know.
maybe. I don't know. Sorry.
I did.
All right. All right. So we're gonna go into the minors now. Yeah, that's my bad. Sorry. So we have Bruce City beating the Dynamos 10-5. On the Bruce City side, you have a 3 for 6 game for Olsen with 1 RBI, 3 for 5 for, what is it, underrated? I'm assuming it's underrated. Yep. With 2 RBIs, lots of hits. Nobody did not get a hit on the Bruce City side. As for Dallas, you have Kay Faraday with 1 for 5 for 2 RBIs, is where most of their production came. DeWright gets the win. Economides gets the hold. Jet with the save. Barton gets the loss. Underrated with his 3 for 5 2 RBI game gets player of the game.
All right, here we have the Lemurs taking down the Firehawks, I believe 8-1. We are kind of pixelated again, but
Okay. Yep, 8-1 is true.
yeah. Go ahead and take this one.
Okay, 2 for 3 for Barker on the California side, 3 for 4 for Rodriguez, which is a great name.
Fits.
It really, really is. 3 for 4 for Myth, who continues to excel at the minor level, so hopefully he can help us next year in Cancun. 2 for 5 for Thurgood Sassafras, and 5 RBIs, so I would assume that's where most of your production came. We have Jasmaction. Smacks. I swear, I like complicated names. Just get tripped up. And Crimps with the win. And then Archibald Thurgood Sassafras the third does get player of the game. And
All right, let's get the Swift Steeds winning a thriller. Quote, 4-3 here. Oh yeah, it looks like they did walk this off in the bottom of the ninth, I think.
yep.
So on the Amarillo side of things, hits all over the place. I think the only person here who did not get a hit here was Barnold. So sorry for that shout out there, Barnold. Um, on the State College side of things, not as many people hitting, but I guess more runs there. Who we got here? Multi-hit games from Rude, Dorjovic, Johnson, Eshelman. Down in the pitching, we've got LGM with the hold. Chartoppelhauser will take the loss and the blown save. State College Stelling will come in to get the win in relief there, and your player of the game will be Zay Johnson.
Cool. In the next game, we have the Kingpins tripping the Mounties at extra inning 7-6. I love the descriptions they give you. The place was rockin', Bell said. So we got a 2 for 5 game from Bark Woof Ruff, 2 RBIs. Farting House was 1 for 6 with 2 RBIs, 1 for 5 for Bryant with 2 RBIs. 3 for 5 for Ham with 3 RBIs, and 3 for 6 for Duncan on the Chicago side. The losing pitcher goes to Mann, blown save for Bowler. Unfortunately, Kraus also gets a blown save. I know you're in chat. Sorry about that. Yeah, and then Capone comes in and gets the win. I was reading chat, so I paused for a second awkwardly there.
All right. I can't see the headline here, but it looks like Kansas City is going to win this one 10-2.
Yes.
For once the title is pixelated and not the batting.
I won't touch
Whatever.
it.
It does what it wants. For Anchorage over here, it looks like your RBIs are going to come from Jay Gibber on some kind of sack something, probably, because there's not a hit there. For Kansas City over here, though, we've got hits all down the board. Hits for everybody. You get a hit, you get a hit, and you get a hit. Multi-hit games from Cruz, Slokening, Rodica Scott the Fourth, Barry, and Batista. Looks like Rodica Scott the Fourth, though, is going to have another very good game
Roddy
here. 2 for 3 with 5 RBIs.
Roddy had a game.
What a game. Down here in the pitching, French is going to take the loss for Anchorage, and Bird Whistle will get that win for Kansas City, pitching 7 innings with only 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. Your player of the game, as expected, will be Rodica Scott the Fourth.
And I think that's it.
That's it. Now we got a bunch of quick sims.
Yep, now we're doing all quick sims. Yay. All right.
Get these people to bed.
I know. Sorry. I don't think it's been that long, has it? Yeah, it's been 2.5 hours. So we have the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th for quick sims. So we're going to start with the minor leagues. And we're going to go ahead. I just did this, but I just want to double check because I just panicked myself. Okay. So we have the Swift Steeds beating the Armadillos. Sorry, Dillo boys. And 2 for 4 for Shapiro on the Dillos, and 1 for 5 for Flex with an RBI. On the State College, it was more of everyone kind of contributing, but Obermuller probably 2 for 3 with 1 RBI, or Eshelman with 3 for 4 with 1 RBI. Delphine gets the loss. Lots of pitchers came in. Perry comes in relief. We got T2, Dirty, and Sterling all getting a hold, and Kosar getting the save. So it was a pitching effort here. Obermueller, with his 2 for 3 day, gets the player of the game.
Oh boy, and we're back to pixelating again. But I can see it. So, looks like the Bears are going to take down the Dynamos 6-2 here. On the Bears side of things, we've got multi-hit games from Scruff McGruff, Wolf, who goes 4 for 5 on the day, um, and Lux, who's going to go 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. On the Dallas side, Kay Faraday 2 for 4 with an RBI, or other RBI coming from Bruce, who's 1 for 4 on the day. Down in the pitching, looks like Smithers will get the win for Bruce City. Gooser with the hold, Arms coming in for the save there. Redacted is going to take the loss for Dallas, and your player of the game will be Janice Lux with those 3 for 4, 2 RBI a game.
All right, and then we got Kingston versus Chicago, and the Mounties are going to pull this one off in a 6-4 loss, or sorry, 6-4 win. I read the box score and it messed me up. 2 for 3 for by Jess.
Yes.
How do you say this? Babe
What is
Bagulin?
Bufflin? Do you watch
Bufflin.
hockey?
Oh my god, is that how you spell Bufflin?
Yes.
Are you serious?
That is how you spell Dustin Bufflin's last name. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm an idiot. So
I know that.
I don't know that, and I do watch hockey. Now I feel like an idiot. Okay, 2 for 3.
Because you are.
Oh, that's true. Oh, we're getting to that portion of the night. 1 for 4 for
Continue.
Depp for 2 RBIs on the win. On the losing side for Chicago, 2 for 4 for Duncan on the 1 RBI. A couple RBIs on sac flies. Jansen Crenshaw gets the win. Bud gets the save. Still, I think is one of the fun names. Mitch the T-Rex gets the loss, and Babe Bufflin, who I just learned that's how you spell that name, gets the player of the game. Bieber, you cannot laugh at me. It's not fair.
I hope somebody is
Yo.
pronouncing it by Fluglian and
By
just spelling
Fluglian?
it like that just for spite. All right, pixelated here, fun. Looks like the Hepcats, I think, are shutting out Anchorage 6-0. Seems like that's what I'm
That
seeing
is
here.
6-0, yes.
You can go ahead and do this one because I
Okay,
can't see it.
cool. We got the Hepcats over the Wheelers. On the Wheelers side, no RBIs to speak of, but a bunch of 1 for games. Nothing super that stands out. 2 for 5 for Slovinking for the Hepcats with 3 RBIs. 1 for 3 for Barry for 2 RBIs. We have Masters gets the loss, Schultz gets the win. A couple of relievers come in to hold, and Schultz, the starting pitcher, with a 7 1/3 no earned 4K game, gets player of the game. And the last game of the day is California Firehawks over the Louisville Lemurs.
Ooh, and extras.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, California taking down Louisville here in the 10th inning, 5-2. Big 10th inning there for the Firehawks. On their hitting here, looks like Ben and Bucci 2 for 5 on the day. RBIs coming from Barker is 3 for 5 with an RBI, and Stern is 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and one from Rennie Rodriguez. Just the best bot names on this team. Overall, on the Louisville side of things, hits from just about everybody. But your RBIs are going to come from McGee there, who's 1 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs. Pitching here, McThornbuddy's going to get the win for California. Branson with the save. And on the Louisville side, poor triplet with the hold, Tsunami with the blown save, and Roxas is going to come in and take that loss. Your player of the game will be Walter Thompson.
Cool. I'm going to make sure there's no Major League games again because I'm paranoid there isn't. And we did all of those, so we're going to go ahead and go forward. And I believe we're still, all quick sims, so the 16th. Yeah. I will take the first game.
All right.
And we have New Orleans beating OBX in what is a very, very close game. The OBX tries to come back at the end of the ninth, but doesn't have enough power as the New Orleans Cougars win 7-3 off a really, really strong batting effort. 3 for 4 for Cook with 4 RBIs. Yeah, 2 for 5 for Latoris on the OBX side. McDougal gets the win. Pleasance does complete the save. Cato gets his sixth loss of the season, surrendering 3 runs. And J.R. Cook on that 4 RBI game gets the player of the game. Are you ready?
Uh,
Huh?
I can't see anything, so go ahead.
Okay. I think you
Still
want
can't
to.
see
I think
anything.
you want to do this one though.
Oh my goodness. The Raptors win one tonight, taking down Detroit 3-1. I cannot see the hitting. I want to see the hitting. It's straightening out slowly. Boop a doop.
I moved it. Maybe it would
Maybe.
help.
No, made it worse. Go
Well,
for it.
all right. So on the Detroit side, we have a 1 for 4 for Dinkle with 1 RBI. That's the sole run that comes from Detroit. 1 for 3 for Rodriguez with the RBIs come from Terry, Pluto, and Bland. Beauchamp does get 1 hit, so that's good for you. Mitchell gets the loss. Lucas gets the win. I know Lucas was in chat, so good for Lucas. And Paul gets the save. And Andrew Lucas does get player of the game, surrendering 1 run and 5 Ks.
Most importantly, Vlad Bodnar went 2 for 2 on the day, and his batting average is now over 200. So he gets invited back to the bar in Boise.
Is that a rule?
That's a thing.
Interesting.
I'll explain it to you later.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Okay. I'm gonna get caught on that because now I'm very
All right.
curious. All right, next game.
You want me to take this one?
Yeah,
I can
go
see
ahead.
it.
Yep.
All right. So looks like Indy's going to take down Maui 7-0 here. On the Indy side, looks like your RBIs are going to come from Zach Mouse, who's 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs, 1 from Parmalee and 1 from Tsunami. For Maui over here, no runs, but hits from Stein, Kane, Khan there. Down in the pitching, we've got Dangley pitching the complete game for Indianapolis here, getting their 10th win of the season. Complete game shutout, I will say. 7 strikeouts there. Gonzalez will take the loss for Maui, and Doug Dangley with that complete game shutout will be your player of the game.
All right. We're gonna go to the next game. It's Nashville versus San Antonio. And Nashville's going to go ahead and win this. Again, El Charo has been a stud on this stream. He's going to go ahead and shut out the San Antonio Sloths. And we have a 3 for 4 for Crunk with... Wait. Who got the RBI? Nobody got the RBI.
No one.
They
Did
scored...
they walk it in?
Cool. They
Was it
probably...
an error or what?
It's probably an error or...
Act
No,
bunt?
there's no errors, so it was a double play probably. Or, yeah.
Oh, and Luongo.
Yeah, so then on
Yeah.
the San Antonio side, we have 2 for 4 for Matata, but that's pretty much it. Charo gets the win. He strikes out 8, lets up 0. Law gets the save as he comes in the ninth, and Windsor gets the loss. El Charo is player of the game. This is his second really good sim, so good for him. Okay, next game.
All right, looks like Seattle's woes continue as they lose 8-5 to the Crabs here. They did get on the scoreboard here a fair amount. Looks like over here for Seattle, RBIs from Davis Campbell, 1 for 5 on the day. Dowd, 2 for 4 on the day with an RBI, and then Stocks, who was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Over on the Providence side of things, Camden goes 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. C. Law Jr., 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Your other RBIs coming from Long, Ruiz, and Krustis. Pitching down here, Balls is going to take the loss for Seattle, their 15th of the season. Providence, the win goes to Daring here with the start there. 6 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, but they do get the win. Murley will take the hold, and Crab comes in for the save. And your player of the game is going to be Charlie Law Jr.
All right, and then we have the Cancun Toros versus the Buffalo Surge, and Buffalo's going to go ahead and take this in the 10th inning with a good bottom of the 10th, scoring 3 runs to win 5-3. We have my player, Caden Killian, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, is really where the production came from for Cancun, so good me, wasn't good enough. 2 for 4 for Buckley with 3 RBIs is where the game turned, it looks like, for Buffalo. Yeah, Shu gets the blown save, Gunk gets the loss, Slippian gets another blown save, so good job, Cancun. McKinnon gets the win, and Balken gets the player of the game.
All right. We have got the Scorpions taking down the Voyagers 4-2 here. And I cannot read the heading, so I'm gonna. Nope, just kidding. Here it is. Looks like your RBIs here for Death Valley are going to come from Alderson, Jacob, and Hodge. Alderson 2 for 3 on the day with those 2 RBIs. New York, their RBIs are going to come from Kevin Hunter, who is 2 for 4 with those 2 RBIs. Down here in the pitching, Farnworth is going to get the win for Death Valley. Washington with the hold. Baxter with the save. Seavart will get this loss for New York. And your player of the game will be Herbie Farnworth, who went 6.1 innings pitched with 4 strikeouts and only 2 earned runs.
The last game of the day is Vancouver versus Sarasota. Sarasota is going to win this one 4-2. With Bosque coming up big with 3 RBIs, 1 for 4. On the Vandal side, 2 for 4 for Magicomo. As for pitching, Torkelton gets the win. Luong gets the save or the hold. The save goes to Diglett. And Johnson is the losing pitcher. Pork Torkelton gets his second player of the game on stream. At the 6th inning pitched, 1 earned, 4K appearance. And we're going to go to the minors. No minors games. All right, and we are going to go forward. It is the 17th, so we do quick sims. Let me see if there's minor games today too. There is, so this is a big quick sim. Okay, let's get into this. New Orleans versus Outer Banks, and OBX is going to take this one. 6-5. On the back of Riverboat for 2 for 4, Bergen Cannon 2 for 4, and Dub City 2 for 4 for OBX. On the losing side for New Orleans, 2 for 5 for Di Stefano. The losing pitcher is Getty. Ripspod gets the win. 2 holds from Bincaden and McDonald. The save goes to Sky, and Getty, the losing pitcher again, gets player of the game.
That keeps happening here.
It does keep happening. Because I said it's rare, and now we've had it 3 times. So
yeah,
it's just telling me, no,
like,
dumb
heck
idiot, it's not rare. All right, ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. It pixelates as soon as I can see this. All right, looks like, oh, did we win this?
You did.
All right. Just waiting for everything to come into focus here. Looks like Johnny Pluto did something. Yeah, okay. Johnny Pluto helps the Raptors beat the Demons 12-8. On the Detroit side of things, we have multi-hit games from Stack and Paper. Dinkle, JB, who goes 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Big game there for him. And RBIs also from Yelnats there. Dinkle, 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs. On the Boise side, though, a lot of hitting going on for almost everybody except Vlad. Oh, back below the Mendoza line.
Oof.
Oof. But we've got RBIs 3 for Bridget Westfall, who's 2 for 4. Petro with another one, 2 for 3. Johnny Pluto with that 3 for 4 game, 5 RBIs, 3 RBIs from Benny Rodriguez. Parker Beecham goes for 2 for 5 with no RBIs.
Beauchamp.
I'm sorry, you're not going to correct me on that. Go ahead and scroll down to the pitching. Let's see what went on there. So it looks like Ricky Vaughn's going to get the loss for Detroit. Vivi Zielman with her 9th win of the season there with that start. And your player of the game will be Johnny Pluto with all those runs.
Yeah, he had a good game. All right. And we're going to go with the Indianapolis Apex versus the Maui Makos. And the Apex are going to crush the Makos 14-3. Dustin Parmley, 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs, and Jimbo Slice, 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs, are not even the best batter for Indianapolis, as Wander Franco decides to go 3 for 5 with 5 RBIs. On the Maui side, not much making out. We have Kane and Khan going 1 for 4. Chan No Hands gets the win, and Salchicha gets the loss. And we have Dustin Parmley, who gets the player of the game on his 3 for 5, even though someone had a 3 for 5 with 5 RBIs. So, not really sure why the sim decided that, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
All right. We've got Nashville taking down San Antonio here 7-3. The hitting here for Nashville, your RBI is coming from Munson, 2 for 4 with that RBI. Fry, 1 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Zach Johnson, 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. For San Antonio over here, looks like Jimenez went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, and that is where those came from. So down here in the pitching, Johnson will get the win for Nashville. Law with the save, and Rayner is going to take that loss for San Antonio. Your player of the game is going to be Taylor Johnson, who pitched 7.1 innings with no earned runs and 13 strikeouts.
Wow.
Quite a game there for Taylor Johnson.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're going to go to the Seattle Sea Serpents versus the Providence Crabs. The Crabs are going to go ahead and take this one 6-5 in extra innings. It took 12 to get this game to end. And I believe that was on Kraustis' hit in the 12th for a game-running double, or game-winning double. 3 for 6 for Malott with 2 RBIs, and 2 for 5 for Stocks with 2 RBIs for Seattle, who really put their best effort in here. Kraustis 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, which was the difference. Down in the pitching, Dart came in to get the loss. Tachiban came in to get the win, and Malott gets the player of the game. Malott was. Am I missing Malott somewhere? Oh,
Yeah,
is
he's
on the
Seattle.
3 for 6 with 2 RBIs on Seattle. All right, good for him. Okay.
Let's see. Wow. All right. You want to do this one?
Yeah, I do.
All
So
right.
Cancun's gonna win a game. So Cancun beats the Buffalo Surge 10-6. Really good games from Esposito. Nero Esposito 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs for Drozdov. Kaden Kalian, my player, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Not bad. I'm actually over 170. That's amazing.
Oh, bud.
What?
I said, oh, bud.
Yeah, I know. I'm sad. 2 for 2 for 3 RBIs for Buckley, who really does his best to try and get the Buffalo Surge back into the game. We have the winning pitcher is Wheatfall for Cancun. The losing pitcher in Blown Sade goes to Sutherland, with Nira Esposito being the player of the game.
Right. We have Death Valley taking down the Voyagers 13-7. Let's go down here to the hitting and see if I can read it. I can. Okay. So on the Death Valley side of things, multi-hit games from McGibbon, Hank Alderson, Dylan Hodge here, 3 for 5. 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, and Boss Jr. 2 for 3 with 5 RBIs. On the New York side of things, hits all over the place. Looks like most of these RBIs are going to come from Kirk Swerve, 3 for 4 on the day with 4 RBIs, and then 2 from Pretzelman. Down in the pitching, we've got Ratatouille getting the win for Death Valley. And then Choate is going to take the loss over here for New York. And your player of the game is going to be Mike Buss Jr. with that 2 for 3, 5 ribby day.
And the last game of the day is going to the Vancouver Vandals, who are going to beat the Sarasota Supernovas 2-1. Those 2 runs coming off of Maggio, who just had a sac fly, it looks like, and Sessions, who was 1 for 5. Decent game for Red Arrow, 2 for 4. Diglett gets the loss with McDonald getting the win, and Greg Digger, the starting pitcher for Vancouver, gets player of the game at 6 1/3 with 1 earned and 2 Ks. So good game for him. And that is your major league. To the minors, we have the Kingston Mounties beating the Swift Steeds.
You do. You want me to do this one?
I'll go ahead and I've already started. So
Okay.
we have the Mounties beating the Swift Steeds. On the Swift Steeds side, we have Love and Obermueller with the RBIs, and a great day from Anita Fartinghouse with 2 for 5 for 3 RBIs. Even better day from, is it Yap Yuppers? Yep, Yuppers. 2 for 4 with
Yuppers.
4 RBIs. Sylvia is the losing pitcher, and we have a complete game, 2 run, 4 hit for Todoroki, who also gets player of the game.
All right. Here we have the Firehawks taking down the Bears 5-3. Go ahead.
Can't see it.
Can't see it.
Okay, so for California, they had a big game from Bat Rodriguez, 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs, and a big game from Bingo Luingo, 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. On the losing effort, Sosa is a 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. The winning pitcher is Dot, and Jet is the losing pitcher, with Wade Silliams, the starting pitcher for California, getting the player of the game. It looks like the bots came through for California.
All right. Here we have the Hepcats taking down the Kingpins 5-2. On the Kansas City side of things, your RBIs are coming from Cruz, who's 1 for 4. Slokening 2 for 3 with that RBI. And Ortega and Justice, who's 2 for 4 with 1. On the Chicago side of things, Lane goes 2 for 4 today. Duncan also 2 for 4 with an RBI. And Crozier McCoy 1 for 4 with another RBI. In the pitching here, Smoltz is going to get the win for Kansas City. Sexy with the save. And Lemonade is going to take this loss for Chicago. And your player of the game will be Maverick Smoltz, who pitched 7 innings, 2 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts.
Poor Big Yosh.
Sad.
All right, so the next one is going to be the Louisville Lemurs versus the Anchorage Wheelers, and Louisville's going to take this one for a count of 6-3. I saw the 50-35, and I got real confused. On the Louisville side, we had a 2 for 5 game for O'Sullivan. Sassafras 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. On the losing effort, an RBI comes from Mann, Jimenez, and Sanders. Game was closer, I think, than it looks. Velasquez gets the win with Bonita coming in, but Triplett getting the hold, Tsunami getting the save, and Taylor getting the loss. Your player of the game is the starting pitcher for Louisville, Armando Velasquez, with 0 earned, 4 Ks. The last game of the day.
All right. It looks like the Armadillos are going to take down Dallas 10-0.
Oof.
A little bit of hitting going on for Dallas here, just nothing on the board. Looks like Spencer 2 for 4. Over here for Amarillo, though, your RBI is coming from a number of people: Hawkins, Shapiro, Okamoto, McGee, the batter, and Johnson. McGee here 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Okamoto 1 for 5 with 2 RBIs, and Shapiro 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Hawkins also 3 for 4. Down on the pitching, looks like Belcher's going to take the loss for Dallas there. Doeg is going to pitch 8 innings and get the win there with no earned runs and 7 strikeouts, and will be deservedly player of the game.
Okay, cool. And I think that concludes today. Right?
All right. One more.
One more. All right, last day. And let's see. I think we do have minor games too, so it is a long day. It is a long day. Okay. All right, strap in for the long day.
Let's do it.
All right, first game up. San Antonio versus the Demons. San Antonio is going to come off 11-0 versus Detroit, as San Antonio is starting to crawl back into this division race. Or not division race, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, you have a 3 for 5 from Sandwiches, a 2 for 4 for Abbott. Abbott off stream really kills it. 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. And then we have Goffer, 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. On the losing effort for Detroit, as they were shut out, you expect not to see much, and not much happened. Greer gets the win with Rodriguez coming in as a just hold place for them. Carsey gets the loss with Billy Greer with that 0 earned run 7K game is getting player of the game.
As he should.
As he should.
All right. Let's see this here. Looks like the Stars are going to take down the Surge 3-1. On the Buffalo side of things, that one run is going to come from Svanberg, who's 1 for 3 on the day with that RBI. Multi-hit game for Spacok also, just nothing on the scoreboard to show for it. Over on Nashville side, it looks like we've got Munson going 1 for 3 oh no, he walked. Getting my Collins mixed up there. You've got RBIs from Johnson, 2 for 4 with an RBI, and Smith, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And let's take a look at that pitching. Corcoran's going to get the loss, their 9th of the season for Buffalo. Kuramochi will get that win for Nashville, with Sanchez taking the save there. Kuramochi is going to be your player of the game with 6.2 innings pitched, only 1 earned run against, and 12 strikeouts.
12 Ks in 6 innings is quite a lot.
It is.
All right. The next game we got is the Voyagers and the Seattle Sea Serpents, who win their first game on stream.
Wow.
So congrats to Seattle, I guess. Something.
They were on a streak, too.
Yeah.
Like a long one.
So Seattle's going to win on the back of a 3-for-4 or a 2-for-4 game from Dowd and a 1-for-2 game from Fullman. Those are your 2 RBIs. Shu had a good game for 3-for-4 with 1 RBI, but that's all he could do. Toguyami had a great game, only 2 earned, 8 Ks. It does get player of the game again in the losing effort, but Sullivan, Higgins, and Homie do enough to stifle the Voyagers' offense for the win.
See what we got here. All right. The Aviators are going to shut out the Toros 5-0. Sorry. On the OBX side here, looks like the RBIs are kind of spread out here. Bergen Cannon with 1, Dan Halen 3 for 4 on the day with another RBI, Linus Riverboat 2 for 3 with another RBI, and then Swift with an RBI there. On the Cancun side of things, no runs scored, but hits from Rogers, LaFleur, and Witt. Down in the pitching, we have got Beaumont getting the win for Outer Banks, Pozo with the save, Bergamot Lemon over here.
Yep.
With the loss for Cancun. Bob Beaumont with that 7.1 innings pitched start there with no earned runs and 9 strikeouts. It's going to be your player of the game.
Awesome. Then we're going to go into this Vancouver Death Valley game, and we're going to see Death Valley beat Vancouver 12-11. Wow.
Whoa.
Lots of scoring in this.
Look at Orem go.
Yeah, Orem had a game.
3 home runs.
Yep. But on the losing side for Vancouver, they tried their best. 1 for 3 for Sack Lodge with 3 RBIs. Holy crap. Look at Sam Andrews.
Thanks, Sam.
2 for 4, 6 RBIs. Go off, King. Damn. All right. 3 for 3 for Orem. I mean, he has to get player of the game just because on a winning effort. 3 for 3, 4 RBIs, 3 home runs. That's just 3 for 5 for Hodge. So, yeah, we got the losing pitcher in Tosin. Winner pitching Ingram, Hold, and Washington. Johnson comes in for the save, and Orem does get player of the game. But, I mean, come on. Look at this.
Yeah.
2 for 4 for Sam Andrews. I'll be remiss if I don't call him out one more time
6
for 6
ribbies.
RBIs. Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. Oh!
2 3-run homers. What? Whoa. All right. Wasn't expecting that, but we'll take it. So the Raptors are going to take down the Rougarous 7-4. Let's take a look at the hitting here. We have got RBIs, 2 of them from Petro, who's 1 for 3. And then RBIs also from Tuplon, Johnny Pluto, Benny Rodriguez, Scary Terry, and Tommy Caruso. Let's see over here on the New Orleans side of things. Looks like their RBIs are going to come from Valor and Hamed, both one hit on the day, but 2 RBIs each. Down in the pitching, looks like Daly will get the win here for Boise. Matty Paul coming in for the save, and Nakamura is going to take the loss for New Orleans there. Do want to point out Vlad Bodnar over 200 again. But your player of the game is going to be Chank Daly. 7 innings pitched, only 2 earned runs, and 5 strikeouts.
I do want to point out Parker Beauchamp, 1 for 4.
Yes, Parker Beecham is 1 for 4. My batting average has plummeted tonight. Like, I was doing better, but I think
Really,
I've had like 2 hits this whole
this
stream.
sim has not been good for you.
It's
I'm
not.
sorry, like I don't know what's happening, but
It's
this sim has
fine.
really not been good for you. All right, so we are doing this now. We're gonna see the Sarasota Supernovas beat the Maui Mako 6-2. Maui had a decent game. A 4 for 2 night for Roberto Khan with 1 RBI, a 2 for 5 for Philip Stein. Not enough to stop Ace Carter. My boy Ace, 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs, and a 1 for 3 for Carlos Cashwagon with 2 RBIs. We got LBG, sadly, in the loss with only 3 2/3 innings pitched. And then Austin Bentley, I think, is now 4 wins away from 150, I think, in the win. A hold for Luong, who I think is one of the best save relief pitchers ever. And the Hill gets the save, and Austin Bentley gets player of the game. Yeah, A-Dub, he might, actually. All right. And the last PvE game of the night is Providence versus the Apex, and take it away.
All right. The Crabs are going to take down the Apex 7-3 here. On the Providence batting side here, it looks like most of those RBIs are coming from Charlie Law Jr. 1 for 4 on the day, but 3 RBIs. RBIs also from Long, Ruiz, Philly Fan, and Lemon. Over here on the Indianapolis side of things, we have got multi-hit games for Ben Dover and Dustin Parmalee. Both of the RBIs there. Oh, there's 3, I believe. 2 of them from Zach Mouse and 1 from Eyes. So down in the pitching here, Voss is going to get the win for Providence. Maple will take that loss for Indianapolis, and your player of the game will be Dasani Voss. 7 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts.
Cool. And that is it for the majors for this stream. We're going to go into the minors real quick.
All right.
And we're going to go with Chicago versus Kansas City, which is real close by record.
Yeah.
And Chicago's going to take this. So they're going to take a 2-game lead on the Hepcats. 5-4. Wow, they walked it off in the 9th inning.
Wow.
So, oh god, Bauer did it. Can I delete this sim? Can I just delete this?
Resim.
Can we resim this? Bauer had to walk off.
Start
I think
over.
we have to get rid of it. This is gonna get to his head. It's not gonna be good. Anyways, Cruz go ahead and did the 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. That's pretty much the only person who scored for Kansas City. As I said, 2 for 4 for Bauer with 2 RBIs, and I hate it. I hate it so much. O'Sullivan gets the loss. Capone blows the save, but Rogers comes in and gets the win. Santana Cruz gets the player of the game for the losing effort, but 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs is pretty good.
Continue.
Sorry, I was reading what you just said. That made me it made me start laughing, and then I had to stop myself. All right, so we have California versus Brew City.
We do. Looks like Brew City is going to walk this one off in the 9th. On the California side of things, 2 for 4 here for Rim Beverwinkle and Slot Seiko. Slot Seiko with 4 RBIs there on that 2 for 4 day. RBIs also coming from Grimes and 2 from Bot Bingo Lulingo. On the Brew City side, though, we have got RBIs from Wolf, who's 2 for 4 on the day. 4 of them from Clucas, who's 1 for 4, but that one really counted, huh?
Yeah.
Down here in the pitching.
Oh, pitching. That's my job.
Pitching.
Sorry, my
we've got
wife
Dot
texted me. She's out of town, so I was like, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, Important. So Dot's going to take the loss in the blown save here for California. Arms will get a blown save for Bruce City, but Peace will come in for that win there. Looks like your player of the game is going to be Woe Millis, who started this game for Bruce City, went 6 innings pitched with only 1 earned run and 1 strikeout.
I mean, that's one strikeout, but
You know?
well,
Yep.
you do what you got to do.
Got it done.
Yep. All right. Louisville Lemurs versus the Anchorage Wheelers, and we have Louisville taking this 2-0 off the bats of. I'm not even sure because there's only one RBI again. Andrew Myth. Myth is literally Andrew Myth is like Myth. Every time he makes a player is just a minors legend. So good for him. 2 for 4 for Jimenez in the losing effort. We have Shinapi with the win. Roxas gets the save. Gusto gets the loss. I don't know if they really get the loss, but I'm sorry. That's a weird way to put it. And Shimpany. It's Shimpany, right? Shimpany?
Stefano Shinapi.
Shinapi. Oh my god, I can't do it. Shinapi.
I don't know. That's how I'm saying it.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with you. Shinapi gets player of the game. And then the last game of the night is Dallas versus Amarillo.
All right. Let's do it. All right. Looks like the Dynamos are going to get one here, taking down the Armadillos 6-4. On the hitting side here for Dallas, just taking a look here, looks like RBIs from Bruce, who's 2 for 5 on the day with 2 RBIs. Shanter, who is 2 for 5 with an RBI, and Cook here, who is 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. My money's on Cook here for the player of the game. Amarillo, you're hitting over here. Looks like their RBI. Ooh,
Oh,
where did it go?
I freaked out. I went too far.
Well, it's pixelated now, so you can tell me where that run came from.
The run came from.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
The batter.
H Flex.
1 for 4. Yeah. Oh, there's more runs. There they are. And Flex and Johnson. Down on the pitching, Williams is going to get the win for Dallas. Over for Amarillo, Bremen with the hole, Mrazek with the blown save, and Chartoffelhauser is going to take that loss. And your player of the game will indeed be Nelson Cook.
Cool. I think that's it. Let's
Wait, we skipped Mounties.
No, the Mounties don't matter. How did we skip one? Oh my god, we did. Sorry, I tried to skip the Mounties. Okay,
we're just mixing it up to keep it interesting.
Last game of the night, because I apparently don't know how to read correctly. Have the Kingston Mounties winning over the Swift Seeds, which makes me really laugh because Bieber. So we have the Blamo going 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Love has a great game, 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And 1 for 4 for Dude for 2, but that's not good enough because if you go over here to the Kingston, you have Farting House with 2 for 4 or 2 for 4. Woof, is it Bark Woof Rough? 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Bryant 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, taking the game. So then we have he strikes him out, or he hate me strike out. I can't do this, Jess. I can't do it. Gets the loss. Kagamin gets the win with Walrus getting the save. Will Love gets player of the game. And I think I'm finally done. My mouth and brain and everything can rest. Let's see. So we have all these games. We talked about all these games, right?
I think so.
Okay. And we talked about all these games?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And we're on the 18th.
We're done.
We're on the 18th. I think we're done. Let's show some standings.
All right. Look at these standings that I can't see. They're beautiful.
So we have the Legends East. We have Outer Banks at the top. West, we have the Vandals. The wild card is between the Voyagers, Sloss, and Providence, with the Raptors being 5 games out. In the East, or in the Champions, we have the Apex. And the West, we have the Rougarou, who have clinched. The only team to have clinched the playoffs are the Rougarou. The Supernovas, the Stars, and the Demons are all in the play, with the Demons only being 3 games out. If we go to the minor leagues, we have the Hepcats and the Kingpins in first, with the Lemurs, the Firehawks, the Bears, and the Mounties all competing. Cool. I think that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to export because I think I don't have to do anything else. Jess, thank you for hanging out with me.
Of
Sorry
course.
this was this, but you know,
I had a great time. Hope
I'm
everyone else did
I'm
too.
glad you did. I don't think this was too long, although it was 3 hours. I guess that is kind of long.
Yeah,
Eh, well,
I
it
think as
is
long as you don't go over 3 hours, I think we'd
fine.
be
And we,
pushing.
we nailed the 3 hour mark. What is your favorite candle scent?
Oh,
Beaver would like to know.
anything vanilla-y. I like an
Really?
apple, like an
Seriously?
apple. Yeah, I don't like the florals. They get my allergies
Well,
going.
I don't do
It's got to be
florals, but
something
I do like
creamy.
grapefruit, lime,
Yeah.
citrus.
Oh, I could explain the bar
You
if you'd
could
like to
explain
know.
the bar, yeah.
So, Derek Rogers Jr., who is still playing in the minors, has opened a bar in Boise. He's very active in the Boise locker room, despite not playing there yet. So, shout out to him for that. But it is canon that he has like a pop-up bar there in Boise, and you're only allowed in it if you're hitting over 200. I believe so.
So
Vlad Bodnar
I'm
has
not
been kind of flirting with that line the
so
whole
I'm not
season.
allowed in the Boise bar, is what you're telling me.
Absolutely not. I don't think we'd let you in anyway, no matter how well you were hitting.
Whoa! I feel like that's real mean. You don't need to be mean. I'm gonna bench you actually in SHL. I've just
Whoa!
decided.
Whoa. All right, good luck.
You know I would never do that. We need Gunner on the ice, or else things just go to hell.
I mean, I think they do that anyway, even with Gunner on the ice.
Yeah, that's true. Hey Bauer, did you see you got player of the game? We all tried to resem. It didn't work.
Yep.
Wait, you have to be on the team to access the bar?
Or you have, I guess you have to be a prospect.
That feels really exclusive. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. Power says he doesn't care and you're still on the block.
Okay, fine. Trade me. Go ahead. I dare you.
What are you going to get for him, Bauer? He's hitting like 170.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. So it's gonna be a waste.
Maybe you could get a pick.
What, like a sixth, seventh rounder? Like, what are we looking at?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It means on the block, like the trade block.
He's up for being traded.
Bauer's being mean to me, basically, is what's happening.
And 7 seasons down the line. Oh no.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have this upload. You can leave us for the night if you'd like. I need to finish this through.
All right.
I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow for SHL Sims.
Certainly. You know, I have no life, so I will be there.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for
Everyone,
joining. I enjoyed it.
of course. I did too. Everybody have a terrific night, except Corey.
I feel like,
Um,
I was just going to say, I feel like we didn't make fun of each other nearly enough, and then you just hit
I
me
know.
with that shot, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
All right.
All right.
Everybody have a great night. Thanks for having me.
Night, Jess.
Night.
So now it's just me. Bauer, because nobody wants you. That's why. No, I can't say that. I was told explicitly not to. Oh, Simo's here. What's up, Simo? Oh, did you see my Discord stats that I posted in Newfoundland? Yeah, you should. It's disgusting and should not be allowed. Oh, I see I'm invited. I'm invited to the bar. Sweet. I just got invited. Tell Petra. Tell everyone. God, this takes a long time. Especially when you're like sitting here all by yourself. Like, plus I'm a rambler. You just talk. Yeah, I know Bauer, but okay. First of all, Chicago being 0-3 against BAP this season is regrettable, but it happens. Also, we shouldn't be talking about SHL on the PBE stream. BAP's good this year, though. They're sneaky good. They're going to shock some teams, I think. So yeah, this is quiet. This is kind of awkward. Did everybody know that I think Beaver is the best? Is that something people knew? Oh no, I'm definitely not gonna sing. Yes, I know, Simo. I have 54,000 messages there. So, you know, that's too much, I think. Ah! Alright, I'll find it. But dude, I tagged you. Just look through your tags. Gotta do the rest of the upload settings. Yeah. I guess I just kind of maybe sang a little bit. Do 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 do. Yeah. La, la, la. I think this is the worst part of streaming is you sit here for the last like 10 minutes just like uploading a file and you're just like, oh yeah, this is cool, this is fun. Fun stuff. I think I'm gonna have Beaver co-host the next stream. How do we feel about that? Oh, oh, computer's freaking out. It'll figure itself out. It does this all the time. I hope. Okay, so we're good. All right, I'm ending stream. Y'all have a good night. We should be good. Oh, I gotta do this. I'm still here. I can't believe there's 47 people still here watching me upload a file. That is hilarious to me. Okay, let's see if index is up to date. Index is up to date, so we are good. I'm ending stream. You guys have a good night. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Yeah, later.